Hello everyone, welcome back to Sunday Shuffle. Wait, what?
Huh?
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 What's going on?
I don't know either.
I thought we were doing a little bit of a shuffle
Oh,
at the intro.
you know, I was not ready. But,
Alright.
oh, we are so out of sync. It has been way too long, but our first matchup is a little interesting. Two people definitely newer to the game. Mirrormeg got the game recently, and I think Drawbledo bought the game today. So this is going to be an interesting matchup between the two of them.
That should be very interesting, and they're playing a pretty interesting character. They got Gunner here, using the Gunner starter deck, interestingly enough. So I'm really curious to see how many hours Drop has in the game, but we'll see how well he can perform here in this first match.
Yeah. And Mirrormeg actually has some interesting decks. Checking the deck list, and I actually played against Mirrormeg a bit. They have a pretty standard Saffron deck, the usual Thunder, Line,
Thunders,
Triple Barrel, all of that kind of stuff. But their Gunner deck is pretty similar. They have a ton of fire in their Gunner deck.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the new players are really digging the fire archetype a lot. I think out of all the archetypes in the deck is probably the one that's most played at this lower level. It's still a great archetype in higher level, but for low level, it's just like spam the Fuel of Fire and get a giant Salamander hit for 20-30 damage. So very appealing to play. Not sure how it is to fight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The starter deck for Mirrormeg, though, is that Saffron. So looking
Very
at
nice,
this,
very nice.
pretty as expected, right?
Very funny name, the Noob Killer. And for all intents and purposes, Drop is a noob. No shame in that, but we'll have to see if this deck will kill Drop.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting to watch. And also, if Mirrormeg will swap, because when I was playing against him a little, the Flame deck felt definitely more, I guess, immediately overwhelming. And that might be what Mirrormeg needs in this matchup.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be heading into it very, very shortly.
Yes. Looks like both players should be ready. You just have to press the button, and away we go.
Dropletto's asking where the ready button is. I don't think he's serious, but
No. Oh wow, you can get that banner already? Oh, okay. Because Drop has the Suzaki banner already. I believe that's like a level 10 or 15 award. Can't remember.
yeah, definitely a player level award. But as we get started, Snow Cone, a card that's been incredibly popular, right? I think
Yeah.
it is just a very intuitive card to use, and I think a lot of people are realizing very early that it does a lot of work.
It's interesting to see it here because it's mostly the only it's pretty much the only frost supplier, so Mirrormeg is playing it solely for the area control.
Yeah, just using it as a cheap way to get Dropletto away. And this Boomerang has been doing a ton of work. I think yesterday when Windfall was doing the card tier list, they mentioned that, you know, you think you're not going to get hit by Boomerang, but then you get hit and oh no, Dropletto. I think that triple barrel, if you don't know that you can hit step out of it, that could just do a lot of damage. That's not usually what you want to take.
Yeah, exactly. So the way to deal with triple barrel is if you're not being pushed back by the shots, you can hit step out of it. So move like vertically out of the way. You can shield it. You should be able to dodge it, but the card might have changed since I last remembered.
Oh, but Dropletto, there's one thing that Dropletto is doing consistently is dodging these aligns. The reflexes coming in. And a raw Ragnarok by Mirrormeg. The impatience, 1 health left. Anything can chip here. And dodging the Boomerang too.
Dodges the Boomerang, yes! Okay, he doesn't have a really great hand right now. Has pulled, but oh no! Tries to fire it through the triple barrel, but gets caught. And that's going to be Mirrormeg 1 game up.
Oh, that was so close at the end, but I'm surprised how Dropletto is dodging everything, right? Dropletto's not getting hit by the raw align, even when it's pretty close, even from like second row.
Yeah. He was dodging it at 3 tiles away, which is like, I believe it is a 24 frame reaction, so very nice fundamentals on his part.
Well,
yeah, getting caught by Ragnarok there.
And caught by the Boomerang as well, the chip damage adding up, but Mirrormeg's not able to land a single align. Dropletto is not allowing it to happen, but 2 hits of the triple barrel is 10 damage, and there's a raw Ragnarok that just shuffled away, not going to go for it this time.
It is so funny how well he's been able to dodge the align, but still getting hit by triple barrel. And usually most of the time you need a line to get into the triple barrel, but Mirrormeg is getting his damage anyways. Oh, another Boomerang.
Yeah, the Boomerang damage stacking up, and Mirrormeg this time trying to fake out with that Saffron first weapon here. The Sparkler coming in. The Align dodged away still. Dropletto's not getting hit.
And I really like the shuffle here from Dropletto. He had a really bad hand with Salamander and but it might not matter here. Oh, okay, it's gonna be Boomerang again. It's just too fast. It's impossible to dodge.
Yeah. The Align not a factor, but the Boomerang is, and I don't think Dropletto has a different deck.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
So
And if I recall correctly, this is a tournament where you submit your decks also.
yeah, you submit up to 3 decks and up
Yes.
to 3 characters.
Hmm. So yeah, we can check to see if Drop has another deck. We'll open that up real soon.
No deck, no other deck, just the gunner.
Oh, the deck. So as the rules permit, you're only allowed what you bring in. So Drop doesn't have anything else.
Yeah, not coming prepared in that way, and Mirmeg can't swap because he's the one who's been winning. So we're gonna see the same matchup a third time.
Yeah. Just back to Saffron and Gunner here. So the tough part about the Flame Archetype is that you really do need the perfect hands. You need something like a Step Blaze or Stinger that misses in order to get their entire field into flames. Also with Firewall. And then you also need to have Salamander and the Flame Burst card at the end of your deck so that you can just fill the whole field with flames and Salamander shots.
Yeah, from what I've been seeing, the deck is a deck where you have to like use every card in the right order, it feels like, and I don't think Dropletto is quite doing that. Of course, the defense is great from Dropletto, but not quite filling the field with enough fire to get a lot of damage on Mirmeg.
So part of it too is his how fast he's been firing his cards, right? So yeah, that's a decent amount of speed there, but usually you want to wait until you have 6 mana and then a right hand and then just dump it all right away. That way you'll have enough mana to... So you'll have the flames all there, and then by the time you get to 2 mana, you can fire it right away.
Yeah, the flames disappearing too quickly here. Getting some damage back, but this damage war is not being won by Dropletto Mirmeg at a 45 health advantage here with a line in hand. Going, and finally the align will land.
That time. It's gonna hit that time. Yep, so Mirmeg moves forward in the bracket. Dropletto will be moving into the loser's bracket. Has one more chance to make it all the way to the end potentially.
Yep. But definitely a really good display of defense there. Looking forward to seeing more of Dropletto's gameplay because these fundamentals, they're real.
Yeah, actually super impressive, you know. If you're really saying that he just got the game to the end, yeah.
Yeah. He does have like the reaction time from other games, right?
Oh, for sure.
But it's definitely impressive that he's focusing on that so well.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of games in my time, and dodging a line at +3 tiles is pretty tough for me. Something I can't get all the time as well.
Right. Well, we're gonna have another matchup. This is an interesting one. It's Lux versus Gret, and in Omega Strikers, Gret and Dropletto are actually teammates.
Really?
Yeah, and they're in like the tier 1, they're in like a top 10 team in North America, and they're teammates.
Wow.
But Gret has been playing a lot more than Dropletto has.
Right. So, we'll have to see if they match up.
It's definitely going to be an interesting one because Gret is a bit of a Chiretta enjoyer and of a very different type than Lux, because she's been more focused on like the big damage, right? The Ragnarok, all of that setup. But when you look at this deck, this is Gret right here, Slapstick Anvil, and this is completely different.
That is crazy. Let's see here. This looks like a great setup. So they do have Blink and Backstab in the deck. Those are near non-negotiable for Chiretta because of how bad she can deal with the very back column. of the opponent. If she can't attack those that area, then it's very difficult to force them into your effective ranges.
Yeah. But it's gonna be a very interesting game because when Lux finds one opening, she does 3 million damage. Gret on
Yeah, absolutely.
Gret's more focused on like those more reliable combos that are easier to land.
Yeah. So no line on Gret's part, but they do have Entangle, which can lead into Chiretta's wave attack, the W2, into a triple barrel, thunder, whatever she wants. So we'll have to see if Gret will be able to land that Entangle. Here it is.
Oh.
Okay, tries to go for the W1 loop combo, but a very quick dodge on Lux's part.
Yeah, both of them very, very big knowers of that W1. There's the whirl right there, and as you can see, like each opening not doing that much damage, but Gret is getting so many openings.
Yeah, for sure. So the funny thing about the Chi Mirror is that you don't actually have to worry too much about them camping the back column because they have to fight in the same ranges as you.
Yeah, and the C stopped by Raw Thunder and 2 hits and the scissors when Lux tries to contest the front row. But the health advantage isn't that great. Whoa!
No! Jeez, that was quick. That was giant damage there. Just from Ragnarok and Downfall. Should be it looked like it should be 28, but extra 4 damage somehow. I didn't even catch it.
What a conversion by Lux. Incredibly familiar with this deck. We saw it last week and we saw it in the other tournaments as well, but some damage back from Gret. Definitely not going down without a fight, and this time this health lead is massive.
Okay, can't get them into the Tetra range, so the Seize is gonna whiff for the most part. And so Gret has been doing a really great job dealing with the whole Seize Tetra Downfall super combo here. Just hitting Lux before she actually gets to capitalize off of the Seize, or countering Seize completely.
Yeah, and
Entangle, yes, Entangle into the W1, double hit.
Gret's landing these entangles so well, right? Lux wants to stand in that mid range, but isn't being allowed to at all.
Yeah, exactly. Entangle, it just takes up so much area, and both of these characters want that space. So if Lux wants to do something, she has to walk into that Entangle range, which Gret is like taking complete advantage of. Beautiful blink into W2. Not enough mana to follow up, but
yeah, and the fact that Gret is like shuffling so early and so often and getting through these cards quickly. Oh, gets hit by the Align Ragnarok there, but really efficient with how they're moving through the cards.
Yeah. Gret's just playing my book. Like if you can counter Seize Tetra Downfall, then there's just not much they can do, because that's 3 cards that is not gonna hit too often. And Sheer into the backstab, going up 2-1. We'll have to see if Lux can get lucky here.
Yeah, Lux is looking for these big damage openings, but again, the Entangle, such a massive threat, and the Tetra not landing either.
It's a rough hand for Lux too. Yeah, has to whiff the whirl. Doesn't get the Aligned Ragnarok, and then Seize is just going to be empty. Oh, gets the 8 damage. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, but oh, okay, 19 damage opening. That Chiretta W1 combo right there, and Tetra, but it just has to be raw, and this is not what you want. But if the Lux lands a W2, no, that doesn't go for the ultimate greed, but still gets 21 damage off of that Align Ragnarok.
Yep, Align Ragnarok can't get. Oh, gets the Seize hit. Yeah, 2 Seize hits. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's the damage that Lux is looking for, and with that pull, we'll bring it to 2-2.
It's so hard to catch someone with pull nowadays. It's just very easy to hit step, very easy to avoid, as it only covers 1 row, right? So being able to capitalize of it is very nice.
Another entangle, a pushback, and Red starting this game off really well, but getting caught by the W2 in front row, but responding back in kind and the scissor too at the end. I don't think that was true, but that's a lot of damage.
Yep. As long as you get the damage, that's what matters. Oh, dodges the align. That could have been a whirl starter into the world.
Oh, such a scary situation. One W2 can mean everything here, but it doesn't land for Lux, and now she's in a bad spot because Gret has a lot of easy damage to work with. 6 health is all that's necessary, 7 now, but going in, oh, not landing any pushes to go to back row for backstab, but the entangle and the W1 to finish it off.
Again, yeah. Lux was just so committed to that whirl hand there. But just took too long to just throw it out, and then yeah, gave Gret the time to just pull away with the lead.
Really well played from both players. We saw the clash of two significantly different Tretta playstyles there, but we might be going to another Tretta game. I see.
Very nice, very nice.
I see Hubsco and Chris from Deltarune, who has taken it over Brobut and Lepton so far.
Oh, way. That's crazy. Chris from Deltarune is here?
The one and only.
Yeah, there's only one Chris. That's for sure. And yeah, it looks like they've been playing Tretta too. Starting off at 3-0 over Lepton. And I know Lepton's got some hands, so very impressive there. We'll have to see how Chris will do against Hubscoa, though. This is the real test. This is probably like the favorite player to win the event now.
Yeah. Hubscoa did quite well last week and would definitely be the favored one this week. But anything can happen, right? We saw Lux and Gret. I think both of them could also take it. Kinger on the other side of the bracket as well. There are a lot of people here that are pretty strong.
And we're going to get right into it. Chris, their Steam name, actually surprising. Because I thought Chris from Deltarune was just a meme name. But they also have it on the Steam. So big respect to committing. And they got an interesting deck. I'm just taking a look at it now. Oh, shield throw. Yeah, shield throw is just giant damage. And if you can catch the shield back after you hit someone with it, basically no drawback.
Yeah, this is a really interesting deck. Dimension Sword as well. I'm not sure what they're cooking up, but I mean, it's looking quite good. Parried though from Hubscoa, not trying to take that damage too easily.
Well, D-Boy, just a very nice card overall. Even if you're not trying to play with the gambling shenanigans that you get from the random teleport, it's still just a fast swipe. Covers 4 tiles and 7 damage. Very solid for the 2 mana cost.
Yeah, and getting a lot of damage here. The health lead firmly in the hands of Chris, as this front row has been so scary for Hubscoa. The world comes in, but this rush card has been pretty interesting. We've seen it quite a bit in the past few tournaments, and it's been doing a lot of work.
Yeah, rush, just a very nice way to get into the front. And if you have something to combo into it, even better. Oh, very nice on Spear Wave.
The Hubscoa playstyle, but has to be really careful here. One Tretta, W2, and that could mean your death.
Yeah, when you're rocking up into your front column with Tretta like that, just trying to spy for W2 into something, you have to be real careful.
This time though, not getting off to a bit of a better start is Hubscoa here. Has to be careful around that mine, but is not taking too much early damage. And with Hubscoa's deck, they really chip down the opponent, take a health lead, and prevent them from really trying to find anything big, because if they fish for something, they'll just get hit with constant damage from that Spear Wave.
Yeah, Hubscoa has a really interesting deck. A constant damage from the Spear Wave, like you said, but also has a decent shell to work around with it. Because what he has right now is Toxicross into the Toxicross into the Venus Shock, so that's also a very powerful combination. And even just keeping them in poison forces them into the front column, which then he can use kinetic wave into whatever he wants to have another combo. So a lot of combo routes in Hubsko's deck here.
Yeah, but Chris, on the other hand, getting a nice 2-piece, and Hubskoa kind of getting stuck in these hands, right? Where there's not that many cards left. One straight line like the Javelin, wants to throw it out, but also wants to shuffle, and those awkward spots mean that Chris is getting these large damage openings more and more often.
Yeah, and something about Hubsko's play too is that he does like to unshuffle, likes to fire the spears, right? But two of his cards are very focused on making sure he still has spears in Toxicross and Spear Wave. So maybe if he had more spears, that would be okay. But now he has Spear Wave, hitting for 3 hits, very nice. But sometimes he's not gonna have that if he keeps playing in this style.
Yeah, definitely makes sense, right? Trying to get a little bit of interruption, a little bit of chip, but you could also argue that Saffron already does that with the W1, but Spear Wave in hand, trying to catch Chris here, but taking a lot of damage in return, and suddenly the lead doesn't seem that big. Oh, but the Spear Wave connects.
Spear Wave into W1. Saffron Sparkle, just so fast, and yeah, just really easy to cover it after. Because the Spear Wave is also a hit confirm for the W1, technically.
Yep. Okay, this game also starting out pretty well for Hubsko. Chris has managed to make it back, but if Hubsko's on point on the defense like that, not letting Chris get a W2 in the front row, with the rush as well to nullify it, Hubskoa is doing quite well in this early game.
Yes, yes, yes. I just want to take a moment to thank Perpiol for a raid. I just noticed that in the chat. Hope your stream was good.
Let's go, Perp.
Spear Wave in hand, yup.
Interesting moment for Hubskoa, trying to go for a chain of sparklers. And
yeah. Yeah, here he is again with Spear Wave, but no spears in hand.
Oh!
But he only needs one, huh? He only needs one. Did enough chip damage, so he didn't have to worry about needing more spears. Very nice gameplay from Hubskoa there. 3-1.
Yeah, and well played from Chris too. Can definitely see why they're in this spot in the bracket.
Yeah, they have a great deck. A little awkward with the Rage and the Meteors though, because with Rage, it is still a decent card with 8 damage, decent coverage on the 2 mana there. But usually when you think of Rage, you think of those fat like 16 damage Rages with the whole Flame Tiles in the hand, on the field rather.
Okay, and we're gonna head right into another winners quarters top 8 winner side qualifier match: Sargly versus Fiddle.
Very nice, very nice.
Both players that I didn't expect getting this far. Of course, Sargly from Omega Strikers, but both these players not really on the map, I think, but have improved so much in the past week.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. And they look to have some interesting decks here, especially Fiddle here. Oh my gosh, Crevasse Purgatory. I'm gonna have fun watching this. I want to see that pop off. It has been a while since I've seen this combo.
Definitely not the most intuitive combos too, right? Something that you wouldn't necessarily expect, especially with... Yeah, this is really interesting. A lot of interesting cards in the Fiddle deck.
Yeah, so in case you don't know, Crevice is a card that puts down a giant amount of ice pillars on the top and the bottom of the entire field. And then Purgatory is a bunch of flames that will hit the middle of the field. So the idea is that you fire Crevasse, and then if they're stuck in the middle, then you can just fire Purgatory, and then they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, not quite getting it there, but Gunner also pretty good in those narrow spaces. Makes some spell power, but right now Sargly putting together a bit of a string for a lead, but gets caught with the bomb as well. The Purgatory.
Yeah, that was just like something that was bound to happen though when Sarge was put into the mix with lockdown. But yeah, that unfortunate step back while they got hit by the purgatory. And then they also got hit by the bomb. Oh no, shield break on here. What's the setup though? Okay. Looking for air control. Only gets hit by 2 purgatories, but it might be just chip damage from the charge beam. Yeah. So Fiddle's gonna take the first game here. Yeah, and I think Sarge has like a definitely on the back foot because this is like a giant strategy that if you're not prepared, then it's just gonna do a bunch of damage against you.
Right. And so usually in these earlier rounds, right, we've seen Sargly pull ahead, but Fiddle like isn't afraid to shuffle midway through the deck, and I think that's a huge benefit later on because right now holding on to a lot of cards, but actually catches Sargly in the back row with the bomb.
Very nice catch. But yeah, like when you grow as a player, you just start to recognize times when the remaining cards in your hand and your deck are not actually worth casting, and especially when you consider like your current mana. Like let's say you only have 4 cards left in hand, but you only have 0 mana. It's better. In some cases, it's just better to shuffle away the last 4 cards, let your mana regenerate, and then by the time you have a new deck in hand, you'll be able to fight. Oh, very nice catch on the Frost Slash. Giant 30 damage combo there.
A lot of damage coming in. And also,
Yeah.
this is an interesting card, right? I forgot the name of it, but
Apprehend?
yeah, Apprehend.
Yeah.
Not something that we see often, but that's a lot of damage, and we're nearing the end of the game here. 26, 21. Sargly taking so much damage from the flames, and Fiddle on the shuffle. This could be the game-winning play here, but not quite.
Yep, Sarge trying to find a hit. Does have auto, but unable to drag Fiddle out. Taking up a lot of area, but it's just not where Sargely is. The bomb actually like being counterproductive for him because he was trying to shoot Sargely, but the bomb was in the way. And now Sargely here trying to find the last hit, but whirl into shotgun. Just he has to take big risks, but can't be in front of that charge beam. Absolutely down to 3 HP. Almost getting caught by the escalation there.
Such a tense situation, 6 health, but Sargly needs to get in there and is in a tough spot. These gunner lasers coming in, 2 health remaining. The pull, the last hits of it will secure the game for Sargly.
Oh, and stretching it out at the end. Come on, that wasn't. That was a bit of a workout for you. Absolutely. Getting into game number 3 here. Oh, getting caught by Purgatory.
Yeah, caught on the enemy side of the field with Purgatory, no less. And Escalation, maybe? No, not chosen to be used by Fiddle. Trying to set up these bombs here, but Sargly is clearing these bombs whenever they can, like immediately.
Yeah, doing a great job at that. Absolutely. Oh, trying to catch with the apprehend. Oh no, back in the lockdown mix. Yeah, but it's just gonna be charge beams, but that was a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I think it was 30 damage total, right?
And Sargly sticking with his hand means they have no way to get rid of this bomb here, so the pressure is going to continue mounting while Fiddle pokes them away.
Oh no, apprehend. Yeah, a little mistake there. I'll be recognizing that. Meteors into charge beams. Yeah, just no mana there after the crevice. Crevice is a 4 mana card, the only 4 mana card in the game, so you don't have a lot of mana after casting it.
Yeah. It's
3 charge beams.
That's why the study's there, right? The 1 mana crevice and
exactly. I was gonna say, yeah. So with study, then crevice only becomes 1 mana, and then you have 6 mana. and they have just like no field to maneuver around in. Oh, very nice catch. It's funny, it works the other way too with Purgatory Crevice. If they're avoiding the Purgatory that you fire first, then they're in range for the Crevice. And that's 9 damage too, so on the Crevice, so it's like not noteworthy. I mean.
Like in these early games, right, Sargly is definitely keeping up in the damage, but the later it goes, it feels like Sargly gets stuck. Wait a second, forget about that, because that's a shield break. That's 28 damage. And
That was stylish, yeah.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
well
that's
played.
the power of apprehend on Slicey. Is that you can bring him into the front, and then you don't have to waste time and mana using Fair Frozen to get into their space to use your melee spells.
Trying to get a whirl, but still in a tough spot here.
Ooh. I thought Push Slash was gonna fire, but no. Counter hit on the Purgatory. Structure is getting dealt with. Yeah, just shotgun it. Yeah.
Beam Crystal gone, but still has to be very careful here because Fiddle has such a solid health lead and trapping Sargly on the other side. But the Frost Slash, a lot of damage down. Suddenly a lead for Sargly as the Frost stacks are ticking up here. But Sargly can't get too stuck. Oh, wait a second. A good shield to barely survive.
That was a clutch ass shield.
Oh,
and now Hellblade's on the deck. Yeah, that's a lot of area control. Yeah, so the thing with Hailblade is that if you walk into it while it's on the ground, it will deal 2 damage to you. It doesn't stun you, but it does deal 2 damage. So Fiddle was at like 1 HP at that point. So we couldn't disable the Hailblades at all. So that gave us Sargly the perfect amount of time and the space to find the last hit.
Yeah, and now going in, getting the Frost proc, getting the damage. And it's really interesting how this mid game is played out because Fiddle hasn't been able to really set up what they want to. Like last game, it barely got to do any setup, so we'll see if they slow the game down. But getting a lot of damage off of the flames there, but still it is Sargly who is not getting caught by any bombs this time, still in the lead.
Yeah, HP's really even and shuffling away Fiddle. That's actually a good idea, yeah. Now he has 0 mana cost for the first one. Just a lot of potential damage here. Okay, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, Fiddle's willingness to shuffle is like in sharp contrast to Sargly, who will try to cast every single card. It pays off there though with a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it as Slicey because with Slicey you can just use every card. You can always just Fair Frozen and get value off of it. But sometimes you do have to shuffle with her because you just need a full grip of hand instead of the 7 damage that you get from the one spell.
Yeah, Meteor's coming in, preventing Sargly for a little bit. And the Frost stack's taking up, but this Beam Crystal, a bit of an obstacle, cleared away immediately. As these hands for Fiddle, not looking too great unless a Purgatory catch can happen, but Sargly's not getting hit by those anymore.
Yeah, they're just playing it perfectly, not getting caught by Crevice Purgatory. But yeah, Sargly really does need the pulls to get his maximum combos out. So that's another thing too, and a good spot on Fiddle that they're not getting caught by you know, that card pull.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this Crevasse is used here. Has a lot of mana to work with, but just holds onto it for too long. Sargly finds more and more damage, and that's just gonna be the set.
Very nice, very nice. Great set too. 3-2. I believe the first one we saw today. Always love to see that.
Yep, really well played. And Sargly's defense looking really good there near the end. Like mid-set, they were getting hit by the bombs, right? But by the end, not getting hit by the bombs, clearing out the beam crystals immediately. with the slicey W2 into W1. Like, incredibly clean gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love the idea of apprehend in a slicey deck, and Sarji just showing off how great it is. You can just get massive combos. It's either push slash or sorry, not push slash, but step lance or apprehend that can give you massive combos. We'd love to see both in Sarji's upcoming decks, but you never know.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at the bracket here on my side of the screen. So it looks like Birdium Blade Dasher should be the last winner's side set that we can watch.
Yeah,
going up to fight Tenebrae.
Yeah, they're in the middle of it, and it looks like Birdium has just won. So we're gonna see Birdium versus Tenebrae. That's gonna be an interesting one. Both players that are projected to go far here, and this is also an interesting clash of Gunner and Dreadworm versus Violet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tenebrae's been really cooking. They've gotten really good and really good in a fast amount of time on the Violet, because she's a very combo-oriented character, and if you don't have those combos, she kind of fumbles. But they've been doing a great job learning the character.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they can do here, especially because this is the winner side top 8 qualifier. On the loser side, there are a lot of sharks as well. Lux, Chris, Kinger, and Fiddle right now waiting to try and get into that loser side top 8.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Lux in the losers bracket, yeah, you're gonna be worried if you're on that side of the losers bracket for sure.
Yeah, and the loser of this actually fights Lux, so we might watch that right after.
That is funny. Okay. So we're gonna get that underway real shortly. But I hope everyone in the chat has been doing well. Enjoying the Sunday Duelist action.
Yeah, and also, this is the last Sunday Shuffle that's going to ban alphas. Starting next week, it might also be a Monday Shuffle instead of a Sunday Shuffle, but alphas are going to be let in, so it's going to be interesting.
It's only going to get crazier from here. Absolutely. Alright.
Ronco already saying I'm on my way. The wrench action. Well, Tenebrae versus Birdum, winners quarters, and this is actually a bit of a different Violet deck than last week, I believe, from Tenebrae.
Yeah?
This has been definitely modified, I believe. I could be wrong, but definitely very interesting. A lot of combo cards.
Yeah, so this is the funny thing. There was a alpha player by the name of Stonks who had a deck that was very, very similar to this. So he would run both Align and Vortex in his deck. The funny thing with Violette is that she can really use the both of these at the same time because of how great her pushing and pull combos are. So yeah, just like that. And now he has Vortex, right? Well, he shuffled it away, but he had Vortex, and he also still had Bomb and Backstab and Thunder, right? So still a opponent combo there.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting one, especially because I'm interested to see how Birdum adapts, right? Currently, it's like a death from 1,000 cuts. Every time Tenebrae finds one weapon, it's a lot of little bits of damage, so Birdum's gonna have to figure something out on the defense, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Or it might just be a character switch. I do think for his cool Epic Gunner deck, when you're fighting melee against Violettes, especially when you don't have too much, especially if you have auto slash, right, without step slash, then it's good. It's hard to invade her territory, and get her in the right position for the push flasher this year, because she can just camp away at 3 tiles away rather than being 2 tiles away, which is where you need her to be. But
Oh,
yeah, it looks like it's gonna be Dreadworm.
Dreadworm with a lot of spears, half of which were stolen away by Tenebrae on the invade.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the funny part about spears is that you know, the other player can use them, or take them rather,
Yeah,
and then use them.
and a bit of lore accurate Dreadworm too, if you think about it, because the slow ball sprite used to be that Dreadworm projectile.
Yeah. And just a big bullet hell here, especially with slow ball and spear wave. There it is, 12 damage.
Yeah, and I think this is a really good change, keeping up in the damage race far more and forcing Tenebrae to move awkwardly around the slow ball.
Yeah, and Birdium also has a line, so he has ways to force Tenebrae into the slow ball. And the longer the match goes, the more powerful it's going to get, because Birdium has a bunch of spear generation, but only using 3 spears every single shuffle, so it's just gonna do huge damage eventually if the cards line up.
Oh, but doesn't pick up the spears there. And wait, the bomb has a spear? That's really funny.
Yeah, that's a funny thing too. So structures can get spears too. So if you pull or push a bomb or any other structure into where the spear is, it's going to trigger it and pick it up.
Oh, but
so that's another neat way you can screw up a spear player.
But now it's time to be concerned if you're a Birdum fan, because with the spear wave miss on the previous attempt, not this one does connect. Tenebrae has caught up and pushes the bomb.
No. Just puts down the bomb into the perfect HP for Tenebrae to send it right into his face. Unfortunate set of circumstances there. Now down 2 games, so Birdium will have to win 3 in a row in order to win the set.
Yeah, and we'll have to be very patient too. Oh no, that's a lot of damage. 29 with the pushes and pulls.
That's what I was talking about. Who has those? It's Tenebrae. Damn, I've never seen a show do that. Man, that was flashy. Okay, but Birdium still only down like about 3 HP, 2 HP now, so still an even match here.
Yeah, as long as Birdium can build up these spears and get a good spear wave off, could take the lead quite easily here. Tenebrae staying in the back row, taking the poison damage to try and dodge the spear wave, but not quite getting the dodge.
Hitting a parry there on the push slash, but yeah, how's he gonna deal with this bomb? Yeah, I'll align another great card to use to take care of bombs.
Oh, and we'll take care of bombs that way, but still gets caught. Gets pushed right into it, and Tenebrae taking the lead here. Has to be careful though. That slow ball now out of danger, and it's Tenebrae's turn to play. The parry blocks the backstab too, but the whirl comes in, and the thunder will finish it off. A clean 3-0 for Tenebrae.
You never have to guess if it's lethal, if it's Violette. It usually is. And yeah, there's gonna be 3 games. Felt a lot closer than a 3-0, but here we are. Tenebrae moving up into top 8 here, winner's side.
Yep, and it's gonna be interesting. The rest of the bracket here.
Yeah, so we do have winner's top side figured out. We have Hubskoa versus Tenebrae, and then Starsley versus Gret on the other side. So that should be a great winner's side there. And then in losers, we are waiting on. Let's see here. We got Birdium and Lux. That could happen. We got pushing up Lilacs up 1 game against 8th. They have to fight a Taco Pirate into Chris from Deltarune, and then Merrimeg Residential into Kinger. So those are the potential players in the losers. Still trying to fight for their life in the losers bracket here.
Yeah, and we're heading to losers top 12 with Lux and Birdium. And Lux we know very familiarly who she is, what she does. Big damage is the name of the game here.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'll have to see if it will happen against Birdium here. Because in the previous set we watched, unfortunately, Lux wasn't able to get the full STD kind of combos that she is usually looking for. Maybe will give him more space.
Yeah, it's the game plans are known, and this is a pretty different deck. The Beam Crystal gonna do a lot of work against Lux's deck, so we'll see if Birdum can bring it back here with a win.
Starting off with the Gunner here. Great choice, great choice. So the nice thing about Gunner here is that he'll always have a way to quickly get into his back column. But actually, that actually might be a problem because of C's, right? So if Lux throws down C's, Birdium is completely locked out of his back column, so he can't use W2. Oh, great counter hit.
Yeah, so we're gonna see how Lux does it. Downfall attempted into the Ragnarok. Not gonna find here, but a great use of the Beam Crystal actually to get a little bit more damage.
Very nice backstab there. And they didn't even have to use a card. Okay, 16 damage combo into the Tetra.
Well played, and wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the Lux gameplay. If you blink, you'll miss it. Yeah.
That is the thing with STD, is that sometimes you don't even have to use them together. Sometimes with the way Chiretta works is that you can just find it on our own, you know, all separate from each other.
Oh, but that's the 37 damage right there. W2, if you get caught by it while Triple Barrel and Ragnarok are coming up, it is a very scary situation to be in. And the Tetra!
Yup. Yeah, so only up to 8 HP now, yeah. That is the problem with STD, is that if you can't find your own kill quickly, then you're just gonna lose out in the damage war. Yeah, down 2-0. This is a bad beat by Birdium, especially going 3-0 against Tembre, and now he has to clutch up against this STD menace here.
Yeah.
Oh well, Birdium thought it was a best out of 3.
Yeah, but
so he still has one more chance. Yeah.
The Reva possibly a swap. The Dreadworm or Reva deciding right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's listening or not. I know this happened before, but all right, I will pick Reva. Yeah, there we go. Okay, picking the Reva here. I think that's the correct choice, because with the way Birdium's Dread deck works out, he needs a lot more time to set up his slow balls and spear waves, and you might not just get the chance to do that if you're fighting against Lux here.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a scary hand. Oh, but Lux doesn't find it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that was a very scary hand because it was just like straight into C's Tetra.
Yeah, and Lux almost got even more damage, right? Went for the W2 in Birdum's face. If that was a tiny bit later, that would have been Birdum sitting at like 20 HP. There's the W2, there's the backstab. 24 to 93, 24 to 88, but this is such a big deficit to work back from. You got to be so careful here.
And Lux just like perfect movement around the giant barrage of melee spells and evasion. Only getting hit once there, and so Birdium has a lot of work to do if he wants to win this game.
And Lux is not rushing, right? She's taking it slow and playing pretty safe. Oh no, gets caught by the triple barrel, and that's it.
Yeah, that is it. It's so when it works, it really works, huh? And it works quick.
Yep.
Huge GG's for Lux here, and I believe that was top 12. Yeah, top 12. So now Lux locked in for losers, top 8.
Yep.
Congratulations. And it looks like we have 3 more sets going on here for losers. It's gonna be right now. What's happening is pushing up Lilacs. I know Takoparu fighting. I haven't seen them fight. Mirror Meg and Residential. That's also a match I want to see. And Fiddle and Unlucky Lucky. And that's gonna round out sets here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've just missed the losers top 16 sets, so we'll have to wait until
Yeah,
they
okay.
complete for losers top 12.
For sure. Yeah. So yeah, we'll have to. I guess we're waiting here for a little while, huh?
Yeah. So far, in terms of decks, what's really been the biggest surprise, I guess, for you?
What's been my biggest surprise? I haven't remembered the last 30 minutes, so that is a very bad question to ask me. But let me think. You know, I'm still smitten on Sargely's Slicey deck, because Apprehend really gives you a lot of like flexibility around your combos. I think for the alpha players at least, for the alpha Slicey players, we are either in a big rut or we have switched off to Violette. So anything that could spark the juices in our mind is very welcome for me.
I really liked the way that Gret was playing, right? I think a lot of people in the chat will know I or Muncher from Omega Strikers, but incredibly precise with all of the conversions. And when they were against Lux, right, it was such a battle of Lux trying to go for that big damage combo, but Gret was just so reliable, getting 15, 20 damage over and over again and just winning the game so quickly.
I know, it's so crazy. Yeah, and it's cool that other people. I feel like there's like two schools of Shredda gameplay. It's just like you're either going down the totally not Chid path or Sans STD path. So one of those is the Flowery Kingdom, and one of them is like the Giant Thunderstorm, Dark One. If you know that little picture there. And I'm not sure. I feel like they're both the Dark Thunderstorm evil castle thing, but that's neither here nor there.
I actually played a lot against both Mirimeg and Gret yesterday.
Yeah.
And yeah, like they are really good given how recently they got the game. So they might even be some picks for the Training Arc tournament coming up. I'm not sure if the coaches will have any players here on their radar, but maybe.
Oh yeah. So I guess I don't know if we can leak it now, but have they picked who they want to champion?
I think they're in the process of picking, and we probably shouldn't leak.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we're still figuring out. So you know, out of the 100 people, you know.
Yeah, like we can leak that they're in the process of picking, right? Yeah, they're in the middle of picking. They're still deciding.
Yeah, they're still figuring out. But wow, I just heard about the 100+ applicants for that program. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Garden was trying to get it out there, but I don't think he realized how much he got it out there, because everyone's trying to get coached.
Yeah, I'm honestly out of left field, but not really. But shout outs to Edendev. He's been so supportive of the competitive scene so far.
Yeah, like it's incredible. Like I've never talked to any developer who's been this supportive. Like sometimes I just like turn the tournament stream on. Like for Sunday Shuffle, the first one, I turned the tournament stream on. I was like, okay, I'll just like stream this, and then I look on Twitter, and without asking, Edendev has tweeted about it. Like that's crazy.
It's so crazy. You can just fire off some tweet about Duelists and Eden, and then somehow it's just like retweeted. I'm just like, oh, that's crazy.
Oh, but we have a match on our hands. No more yapping. It's Kinger versus Residential. Two players that I wanted to see, but we haven't really gotten to see yet.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Residential's gameplay, because I've seen their tag roaming around, but I haven't like seen their gameplay yet or played them.
A student of Perpiel.
Yeah, so similar to Shredda, Shopkeeper also has a totally not Shade Castle and Burbio Castle, and you can decide which one is the evil one. But it looks like this is definitely on the wheel camp of Burbio here. Yeah, this is almost like a card for card with Purple runs, huh? With the triple barrel. Maybe Beam Crystal is the one thing that Purple's not running right now, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it's. I don't think I remember seeing Beam Crystal in the Perp deck, but everything else definitely, it is what I've been seeing. Oh,
Sure.
it's Beam Crystal and Ultra Angle swapped.
Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Lux confirming in the chat is one off from Perps.
Right, and Kinger has arrived. Frost Slicey here.
Like the name of the deck, Slice and Ice. Yeah, great. Yeah, 4 cards here that can apply Frost, and then Crystal Rifle to cap it all off. I'm curious to see how fast he can pump up the Crystal Rifle. I think with this setup, it should only take like he should be able to pump it up like 1 to 2 damage every single shuffle if he manages to land everything.
Yeah.
It looks like Residential ready again in the mix, and Kinger also ready to go. So here we go. And I believe this match is for top 8 for the losers. So whoever wins will be in that top 8 spot.
Yep, very important match here, and I'm interested to see how Residential does, right? Because if Kinger's spending a lot of time on Residential's half of the field, it might be kind of hard to land some of these cards.
Yeah. So the thing with the Shopkeeper Slicey matchup is that if Shopkeeper ever throws like one of her tax returns on the front column of Kinger, it's like really hard to get through that. Has to spend an extra 2 mana to do so. Getting a nice combo off of the pull into Crystal Rifle auto slash there. Very nice.
Oh yeah. The mine from Shopkeeper having to dodge them when they're invading, but we're not seeing that from Residential so far. And that might be an adaptation we see later in the set.
Yeah, I think with Perp style in particular playing, because your cards cost so much mana and oh, very nice. Yeah, 26 damage, super nice. But because of how much mana you're spending on these kind of setups, you don't have a lot of extra mana to go around to keep the top column filled up. Oh, but it's gonna be a kinetic wave right into triple barrel to finish it off. Very close match here because that Frost Slash left in Kinger's hand would have been like 13 damage. So like still scary times there.
Yeah. Oh, Kinger though getting the pull, not getting too much, taking an early lead here, but leads can be seen as nothing against a deck like this. And getting the bow snipe off, and also the fadeaway. That's a lot of damage back for Residential.
Yeah, that is the thing with fadeaway is that once you get into a little tussle, you want to scramble your way out of it, but fadeaway just brings you into the perfect spot of where they usually want to walk away from.
Yeah, and as we get a little bit later here, Kinger has a bit of a lead and is trying not to get hit by any of that kinetic wave stuff. 2 hits of the triple barrel, but not any big damage so far. The Beam Crystal gonna shorten the lead a little bit. And Kinger's avoiding a lot of these setups quite well, but the Align is on deck. The Ragnarok's there too, and the lead has vanished.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, great shear there at the end there. If I believe that if he waited a little bit to have more mana to also do Fair Frozen into shear after that Frost Barrage, that would have been lethal too. Would have been cool to see, but still gets the win anyways. Now 1-1 here. Oh, moving out of the way. Oh, getting hit by your own Beam Crystal. That hurts. That really hurts.
Yeah,
and now Residential has to do a lot of work here.
Oh, but that's the start of it. a Lion Ragnarok to start it off. But Kinger has some Frost stacks up, and this could be good, but just burns it all, goes through the deck, and now Residential has time to cook here. It's looking scary with the mine, but the mine disappears, and Kinger is in there. 14 health and a dream left for Residential. That's 2 Frost stacks, but the guillotine has scaled. Oh, but any one of those could kill. 1 Frost stack is fatal at this point, but the guillotine comes in again.
Okay, that Frost Loss missed too, so we're really down to the wire here. With Residential's deck, 1 card is going to do it. Gets through all the beam crystals. Oh no, gets hit by that one. Oh, it's going to be sheer again, once again. Now here we are, 2-1. Residential has to win 2 more games. Oh, the hands are looking good. Oh, bow snipe right at the start.
Yeah, it's the sheer has been doing a lot of it for Kinger, but Residential has gotten a lot of counter hit bow snipes, and that kinetic wave is good for the Ragnarok damage, and also getting the root here, forcing the mark out and making Kinger sweat a little bit.
Okay, let's see the hand here from Kinger. Frost Slash whiffs, that's kind of big to be honest. He really needs as much frost as possible, and Frost Slash is one that hits 2 times for the frost. Really important here for his crystal rifle. Not gonna hit. And so only 5 HP difference. Oh, another frame walk. Residential been really good on the frame walks for Frost Barrage. Being able to move out of the way without needing to give up any mana or any shield.
Big damage now with the bow snipe. Has the guillotine in hand. That's a guillotine down and shuffles immediately. Doesn't want to waste any time here, but the frost comes in from Kinger too. There's a kinetic wave available, but again, the shear doing so much work for Kinger, and that's frost stacks. That's almost death, but the guillotine is enough, and we're heading to game 5.
That was almost in Kinger's hand. One little fire off the crystal rifle, and that would have been lethal, but it's going to be guillotine that hits first. Getting up into the game 5 here. And once again, this is for losers top 8, so whoever gets here continues on into that coveted spot.
Yeah, it's such a tough situation to be in. This Align could be deadly, but not getting it off here, not getting it into the mine, and dodged away by Kinger.
Oh no, moves through the snow cone, but it's still only going to apply 2. Yup. Okay, another bow snipe. Keeping Residential in the game, truly. Great dodge. And stays in his spot to avoid the fadeaway. Because yeah,
the fadeaways haven't really been connecting too much from Residential, and like you said, Kinger not getting mixed up by it at all.
Yeah, I think he's caught on to the idea that if he stays still, then Residential is just going to try and keep catching the walk away when Kinger's not really doing that yet anymore. Oh, great weaving around the bow snipe. Hitting another shear right at the front again. Doesn't even have to work for it.
But that guillotine, that was a scaled guillotine too, right? And that creates
yeah.
such a scary lead here. Almost death, as that's the kinetic wave. That's the kill. Residential in top 8.
Crazy find here from Residential, and that's gonna do it on off of such a clean and close set, to be honest. Very evenly matched, but only one person can win after all. And it's gonna be Residential today.
And we do have to wait for Chris from Deltruin versus Taku Pirate to clean up the rest of the top 8, but we can move on to the winner's side pretty soon. There's some interesting matches.
We could probably go into the winners matches right now while the losers finishes up. Yeah.
Yep, we can. Let's go.
Yeah, let's keep this ball rolling.
Let's see. 7. But yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see, because there's a lot of different playstyles in this top 8. A lot of that's the game, right? The Duelists of Eden video game allowing for a lot of different archetypes in decks, but like I think some people might have expected some of the same. I don't think there's any duplicates in terms of playstyle in this top 8.
Oh yeah, I don't think so either. I'd have to take a look again just to see. Yeah, Yeah, even like the Treta players, right? The true Treta players that got in, they have a completely different style. And same thing with Sargi and Kinger. If Kinger was able to 3-2 residential, they would have had different play styles, but despite having different decks. Sorry, despite having the same character, they would have had different decks and play styles.
Yeah, and so we're gonna head in pretty quickly. We know our match. Every match in top 8 will be streamed. Yeah, and we're gonna go with Hubsco Tenebrae first. This will definitely be an interesting one.
Okay. Should be good, should be good. Yeah, this top 8 bracket looks real clean right now. Should be a lot of good sets.
Yep. The match I'm looking forward to most though is Sargli versus Gret. I think
that should be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be very, very interesting, especially in the front row, right? We saw it with we saw it in the past game, but the Sheer doing so much work, and Gret's a bit of a Sheer fan.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I do think that matchup in particular is interesting because like Slicey is able to like really get through like the distances that Treta usually tries to keep him under control, but that's neither here or there. We got Saffron and Violet on the screen right now. Hubsco with the spear deck once again, and Tenebrae on his very stylish Violet.
Both players doing a lot of damage very, very often, but right now, Hubsco burning a lot of spears to get that additional chip. These bombs are so scary when Tenebrae is there with Thunder in hand, right? Can just pull them one and really mix up where they're going to explode.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm pushing it to the back there. Oh, very nice. I'm surprised Hubsco managed to get out of that without getting hit by the bomb.
Right, Hubsco just trying to find any sort of opening here, but gotta be so careful when you're versus Tenebrae because Tenebrae is getting so much off, but a good rush to nullify the Align.
Misses out on the thunder damage, unfortunately. Bomb gonna be diffused.
Oh, and missing out on that spear wave damage is really, really bad for Hubsco here. If Tenebrae finds an opening, the lead could swing back into their favor, dodging away from the mark, and Hubsco sitting pretty comfortable here with the interrupt, as well as Tenebrae is going to choose to eat this poison damage instead of risking the front row, but gets caught by the spear wave. That's 4 health remaining.
Oh, that vortex mix up. But it's going to be Hubsco taking over. Still have 40 HP in the tank too. Kind of scared to see for Tenebrae, you know. You definitely want to have a closer game one, absolutely, to keep the momentum and mentality on your side.
Oh, but a really good dodge on the spear wave.
Yeah. Align, Thunder not gonna hit, but Venoshock is good, so we'll have to see how Tenebrae push slash into auto slash doesn't. Yeah, moves forward. Very nice by Hubsco.
Yeah, Hubsco in general on the defense has been so good this set so far. Getting interrupted there, but getting a big 2-piece with the Javelin as well, and trying to land here, trying to do this combo with the Sparklers walking up, but won't quite get it, and Tenebrae is the one who's getting more of these conversions now. Both decks really, really relying on a lot of straight lining as Tenebrae gets the dodge.
Oh no. Messing up a little on the Violet strings. So Tenebrae does need to clean that up, because like that is what will keep him in the game and also like edge out Hubsco here. Backstab, very nice. Okay, solid 10 string. 10 damage string.
Yeah, the frequency with which Tenebrae gets those 10 damage strings is remarkable, but gets interrupted this time, and Hubskoa is the one who gets the damage there. These vortexes are being walked away from by Hubskoa more and more as the set progresses, and I think we're seeing a lot of defensive adaptation here, but the weapon into Thunder, so much damage. Tenebrae finding the opening, but Hubskoa does have damage of their own as well. The Kinetic Wave, 1 HP. The Align dodge away from it. Spear Wave is in hand. Doesn't need it.
Gonna be a little bit of sparkle to take it out, take out Tenebrae, and gonna be one more game, and then it's gonna be Hubskoa moving into winter semis here.
Big opener for Tenebrae though, 23 damage and a little bit more on top. A good rush, but Tenebrae's not taking any unnecessary damage in this crucial third game. Kinetic Wave in hand for Hubskoa, pushing away the bomb, and the Spear Wave connects as well to get a little bit more damage down.
Push slashing into world, that's not gonna work. And so, oh no, not dodging the mark stack. Unfortunate. At this point, you want every point of HP that you can get, right?
Yeah, it's such a tough situation. The rush through Hubskoa not getting caught there and playing so carefully around Tenebrae's offense, taking the lead now and has the defensive cards necessary, not getting hit by the bomb, rushing just in case. And Tenebrae's got to be a little concerned here. The world doesn't connect. The air rifle into Javelin too.
Whiff on the Vortex, down to 3 HP. No mana to fire anything though. Minigun will is really good in these situations though. Oh, and that's it. Hubskoa 3-0 over Tenebrae.
Very clean too. Tenebrae, when they got the openings, it was scary, but Hubskoa was not getting hit. Like, the evasion was really good that game.
Yeah, I will say Tenebrae missing up on a few of his strings. Usually, like if you're whiffing world, then that's like 10 damage off the table. You know what I mean? So definitely not the Tenebrae that we saw last set that we saw against who did he fight in the bracket stage? But a lot of pressure on Hubskoa's side to make him fumble like that, which is like uncharacteristic, I'd say. Yeah, up against Birdium, it was like a completely different Tenebrae that I feel. So really interesting to see that change here in the top 8. We'll have to see if Tenebrae can pick it back up in the losers bracket. Should be fighting either Fiddle or Residential. But right now we're just gonna have the next winter semis match. It's gonna be Sargi and Gret, which is what you've been excited about.
Yeah, this is such an interesting matchup, both in terms of decks, but also players, right? These are both Omega Strikers players that don't have too many hours in Duelists, but I think a lot of the fundamentals do carry over, especially Gret's dodges. Didn't get hit by a single Align against Lux, I feel like, and that was just, that just like... Wait, was that Gret? No, Dropletto also displaying some of that, but...
Oh, that was Dropletto, yeah.
But overall, like, a lot of just the general fighting game fundamentals really here for both of these players, so it should be an interesting matchup.
It should be. The thing with Slicey though is it's real. I think with the way Sargi was playing was that he wasn't too focused on always just using Fair Frozen to get his melee spells in. Player very content with just letting the other player walk into them, because if you don't have the Fair Frozen, that gives you more mana to do other things. And with the way Sargi's deck is planned out, is that he has ways to bring you back into melee range without needing to Fair Frozen, which gives them more combo routes.
We're waiting for Gret, who has just arrived. This is going to be an interesting one. The Sheer is definitely going to do a lot of work here, as I don't know, like, I could also see this being incredibly one-sided as well. We'll just have to see.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm worried about the Entangled for Sargi, because it really just covers so much area on the front, and it's just too fast. You're not gonna dodge it, and if you can't dodge it, you have to shield it, but shielding it leaves you rooted as well. So that's not much of a good option either. You just kind of have to hope that it gets whiffed. Starting off here, getting a few strings off of Applican, but not much else. In the range for Kinetic Wave. But they both whiff here. Oh, very nice string there. Moving up right into right up in front of Chi there. Getting a nice 23 hit combo. 20 hit damage combo.
Yeah, and now going for the W2 into triple barrel, trying to do a blink there as well, trying to get more off of it. It's still really good damage. A taunt as well coming out, but immediately getting hit in return for quite a big chunk, and gotta watch out for those frost stacks. That could be 5 more damage here, but not getting hit to triple barrel. Instead, the Thunder, 26 damage, 10 health remaining, and almost getting the backstab as well.
Yeah, and Sargi not really able to clap back here, so still down on a lot of HP. Needs to find a giant combo with this bow. It's not gonna be it. Yeah, and unfortunately moves back a little too far and right into backstab range. So yeah, that pull was absolutely huge, and on top of that frost slash, and they both didn't hit. So yeah, it looks like Sargi gonna switch off into a new deck here with Shopkeeper. Looks like a Seize focused playstyle, but no Tetra, no downfall, but a lot more structures. So I'm assuming he's going to take up a lot of area with those two things here.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting Shopkeeper deck. Very, very different from the perp style that I think a lot of newer players will only be familiar with.
Yeah, I think this is all Sargi here. Having Seize on the back, yeah, pushing them like that. And then I think his ideal setup here is to have a few mines in the back, a few tax returns in the back, and then using Tsunami or Push Slash to loop a bunch of tax returns and melee spells. And then also drag them into more Seize hits.
Going to be interesting. Right now keeping up in damage quite well and not getting hit by a lot of Gret stuff, but the mine isn't quite connecting, and Gret's positioning quite well against this Shopkeeper offense.
He's trying to find some W2s, but not being able to. Okay, finds a shear, but yeah, didn't find that W2 in the end. Unfortunately, the fadeaway reads not doing too well right now for Sargi. Mine, no good on the W2. Finds it there, very nice.
Like, I'm very impressed with how Sargli's keeping up here in terms of damage, but I think Gret has now adapted, not getting hit by the Tsunami, not backing up into the Seize, has really figured out the tempo of Sargli's deck out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and yeah, it just takes one of those kind of strings to like really get a lead here. Finding another hit fadeaway though, so that's keeping Sargi in the game. Seize is good. One hit from Tsunami though, so Gret in the crit HP, but now so is Sargi. But Sargi's the one with cards right now. Tsunami? Oh, it whiffs.
Doesn't?
Yeah. The Tsunami waves they don't happen all at the same time. They go a little. It's a little like from top to bottom.
Oh,
it's good.
That was so scary though, and that Beam Crystal too, such a present threat, and Gret's just pressing the bomb forward, not trying to get caught, but these Beam Crystals are stacking up. It's so scary. The fadeaway will do it. Sargi taking a game back.
Yeah. Very nice read on that part, because Sargi just had the complete feeling that Slapsit wasn't going to move forward. Beam Crystal putting up too much pressure, so just finding the fadeaway in the back. Giant 30 damage combo to start off here though.
Yeah, and the triple barrel in neutral actually did work for Gret there. Pushed Sargi back and got a little bit of damage as well, and now it feels like Gret is really comfortable from the start of the game against this Sargi deck. Pushes the bomb right past before the Tsunami can reach it. The fadeaway is going to have to do some work here, but Gret's just interrupting over and over again.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the download was a little complete for Gret's side here. Yeah, with these giant strings that Gret is having, the damage pacing is like completely in Gret's favor here, because it was Sargi that was getting like decent like 13 hits from the fadeaway or a mine, something like that. But yeah, Gret just starts off with a giant 30 damage combo. So looks like Sargi's pulling back in it slightly. That's 20 damage difference. That is just one mine. That is just one fadeaway. There it is. Only 7 damage left.
Oh,
Giant area control here. Oh, but he just push slashes it all away. So Gret has like a complete free reign, but Tsunami is what pushes Gret into the mine. Great synergies here on Sargi's deck.
It was looking so dominant for Gret until Sargly just stopped getting hit and got a few hits back, and now Gret's the one being interrupted over and over again. The damage a lot more even, but a shield break, but nothing.
Oh, this is sad. Yeah. Shield break with a 0 card Shredder can be super sad. Cause like yeah, if they're not like right at the bottom or right at the front, then you just don't get a lot of extra damage in with their weapon alone.
Going for some slashes here, and this time Gret's not wanting to lose this sleek. Gets caught a little bit by the seas and has to be careful around this bomb. The bomb is approaching, and the beam crystal will be cleared away as Sargly could even this up with one opening, but instead it'll be Gret continuing to get the damage, and a tough spot for Gret here, being moved down into the seas. Sargly evening it up a lot closer.
Yeah, so yeah, Gret trying to find some hits. Oh, but the entangle whiffs. That's actually really big. That was a great combo starter for him. So now he kind of just has to, yeah, W1. Very nice. Gets caught in the seas, though. 2 hits, 3, 4. I believe that was a 5 swords. Oh, but it is Sargly getting a little cheeky taunt from the shopkeeper. And, yeah, it wasn't Salty's battle, apparently. Just going with the shopkeeper. Very nice. And with a deck fully on his own for the most part, sees a card that you usually only see on Tretta being used against the character itself.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see that be what's happening here, but we're heading down to the losers bracket. Fiddle and Residential in the losers top 8.
Okay. Fiddle here, we saw them before, and we're gonna see them up against Residential. Honestly, this whole bracket has been a whirl, and trying to remember when we saw Fiddle. Oh yeah, against Sargly up in winners.
And we're gonna see some more shopkeeper here of the more immediate high damage variety from Residential against Fiddle, and I'm interested to see how this set goes.
Holy jitter.
What's that jitter? Oh, speaking of jitter, I was playing customs with Gret.
Yeah.
And their internet was not cooperating, and so they had like 1,700 jitter.
Oh my gosh. I think my record was only like 500. That's the new record, I think. That's crazy.
But it'll be interesting to see how these decks play against each other, because they're kind of polar opposites in a way. Fiddle really wants the setup to try and trap Residential, while Residential doesn't really care about the setup, just trying to get these big one-hit, two-hit combos.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll have to see who wins out in the end. I do think, yeah. I think, let me think. Yeah, I think it might be a little tricky to get Krivis Purgatory over on Residential here. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, especially because when you're enclosing the field, you're also enclosing yourself for the big damage from Residential.
That's a good point too. So, the funny thing, I'm not sure if it's still true, but I do think Shopkeeper has a little bit of trouble dealing with a Beam Crystal that's facing against her. So I think this might be a very big control point for Fiddle here.
Yeah, it's Beam Crystal City right now, as both players are throwing out a lot of stuff. Trying to find one opening, the triple barrel will not be it, as Fiddle is content with just placing these beam crystals and avoiding the damage.
He's doing a really good job, like working around his beam crystals to make sure it's still on the field. I think there were a lot of spots where he could have like just let it explode for itself, but chose not to. Deciding to keep area instead.
Yeah, and getting the damage lead, but that disappears in an instant as a hole opens up for Residential to hide in instead of getting hit there.
Oh, great parry. Yeah, that beam crystal is still on the field.
Yeah, this beam crystal is the bane of Residential's existence right now. Can't really get anything done, but hitting the raw Ragnarok, that's one way to make a lead.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just so tough to manage the beam crystals with just Shopkeeper's weapons alone. Like you have to do like some pretty funky combos with W2 and W1 to make sure that you can explode it without getting hit. And I don't think Residential has that in their back pocket like real quick right when they need it ready. So yeah, this might be a bit of it might be the bit of the story for this matchup here.
Yeah, as long as Fiddle is super proactive like they've been doing in terms of putting the beam crystal up and keeping the defense, that's a lot of damage immediately too.
A lot of damage. Oh, getting into guillotine and also getting the bonus off of it as well.
Yeah,
that makes it hurt just a little bit more.
Great lockdown though, and the bow snipe not getting hit though. Right there, but Fiddle taking a lot of damage, can't feel good here, and just needs to set up those beam crystals, slow the game down. It might be good to not even use Purgatory for a while in this matchup, it feels like.
Yeah, because Purgatory will blow up the beam crystals, so if you can just find other ways to hit Residential, might as well just do that instead. Gonna start off here. Not much else. Yeah, just not a lot of mana on Fiddle's side here, and that's gonna lead into his death here. So with Residential going 1-1 here.
Yep, Residential finding a lot of openings there. Fiddle needing to slow it down, but getting hit by the scaled guillotine. That must not feel good. Oh no.
Not feel good. Zinger and Crevice on deck here. Oh, that would have been real good for Fiddle there, but gets interrupted. Yeah, this Purgatory is no good. He's gonna have to shuffle it away or get one hit at least. Very nice. Some flame, too.
It feels like Residential has adapted a lot to the pace of the game, but it's also Fiddle not playing as defensively as before, it feels like, and that's letting Residential get a lot of time and space to work with the beam crystal damage as well, and that's 10 health left. Fiddle can't be getting hit here, but the guillotine does so much.
The last few frames of the active guillotine, that is what caught Fiddle there. It feels like Residential, despite having some issues against beam crystal used against them, still doing a great job just keeping the damage up, especially with guillotine. Just finding the perfect moment where they're down like 1 or 2 HP and then getting guillotine for all it's worth.
Yeah, and now Fiddle has to be very careful against this particular hand. A lot of damage available, but the triple barrel will be interrupted by the meteors, and maybe Fiddle going back to the defense, but the guillotine comes in again. It does so much work for Residential.
He does a great job of not getting hit by the green beam crystal with that guillotine there. Very tight there. Very tight timing.
And the kinetic
we'll have to see how... yeah, Residential has a kinetic wave rag, a very beautiful combo. Should do a lot of damage, but has to find a way to get the tax return in the right place. And it might be... Residential might be taking a little too long. Oh, decides to use a kinetic wave on bomb instead, but it's still there. How's it going to be blown up?
Really tough spot for both players. The guillotine comes in, as does the Purgatory, but now Fiddle has a choice to make. What will they spend mana on? The Ragnarok comes down raw, but does not connect. 13 damage remaining on both players, just about. The triple barrel to clear out the bomb. The bow snipe attempted, but counter hits. And Residential's throwing everything at the kitchen sink right now. The fadeaway, 1 health, but regen back. This could not be closer, but the gunner beam.
Oh, it's gonna be the charge beam that does it. Oh my gosh, we're at game 5. I thought that was a game-winning charge beam, but we still got one more game here.
One more game remaining as we're now in the game 5 situation, and this is such a volatile matchup too, because the game could become one-sided all of a sudden if Residential hits enough, and Residential's counterplay against the Crevasse is so fast and always so good.
Yeah, Residential isn't even getting hit by the Crevice Pillar, right? As you get summoned, dodging through it, right?
Yeah, just opening up a space, dodging, and staying really safe against it. Now the kinetic wave, oh, but doesn't blow up the bomb there.
Yeah, Fiddle in the perfect spot, so the bomb doesn't keep getting carried away by the kinetic wave, so stopped it from losing its last bit of HP. Guillotine's gonna whiff here. Where's the beam crystal? Okay, right at the bottom middle. Oh, gets hit by the beam crystal.
That's not what you want.
Has to find this kinetic wave triple barrel.
Residential really wants to fish for something, but the front row is broken, so can't really get the big damage they were looking for. Trying to pull Fiddle forward, does get it, gets the kinetic wave, gets the Ragnarok, and suddenly the game's looking a lot more even, especially with the scaled guillotine. But 4 health and a dream for Residential. Not a lot of that health to work with, and the health ticking down. 2 health. 1 weapon could do it. Oh, but gets pulled forward. That's not what they wanted.
Oh no, an unfortunate timing there. Just a bit of, yeah, just the muscle memory of like, oh, I'm gonna hit the kinetic wave into the W1 tax return. That's how you usually do it. But that moment there, that was not how you needed to do it. It just had to be a Ragnarok, and unfortunately, the tax return kind of backfires in Residential's hands there. Unfortunately, a tough ending there, but it is Fiddle that clutched his way out through that game 5 slobber knocker, and now he's gonna move forward in the bracket.
Yeah, really well played from both players, and it was incredibly close at the end. But yeah, hate to see it end like that, but still well played.
Yeah, very nice set overall. Very nice set. Yeah. Great to watch that set, and we're gonna have one more set right now to finish out the losers quarters here. It's gonna be Otaku Pirate, who I believe we haven't seen yet, and Lux, who we have probably seen a lot of.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of Lux, but Otaku Pirate, a player that's kind of hard to gauge, right? I was just looking to do some very messy seeding, and I could not figure out if Otaku Pirate was the best player in the world or incredibly mid, and like it is all over the place in terms of their results, and I don't know, but they were seeded second, and they are here in top 8. We'll see if they can take it over Lux and continue on.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Looks like they're going to be playing Hazel. That's what they've been playing so far today. I'm excited to see what the list is looking like, because I think Hazel is like one of the most open characters, because people are doing a lot of crazy things on her. When I think off the top of my head of the Hazels I've seen so far, like Fungi, like Coca Kiwi, Papa Gurgle, those 3 players in particular have like such different decks. And then Coca Kiwi has like 4 Hazel decks that are all completely different from each other. On top of that, so looks like we see a turret focused playstyle here. Very interesting here. I'm surprised that they're running Golf Bomb but not running Wrecking Ball. I believe that's one of the quickest 1-2s that you can use with Golf Ball, but they do have Lockdown and Ion Cannon as a way to capitalize off of that card. Has Laser Turret and Sentry Turret as well, but no armor drop, so those aren't gonna last a little too. They aren't gonna last too long against something like Lu. But because they're structures, they're gonna get in the way of either Tetra or a line, right? So that is a big deal most of the time.
Yeah, we're already seeing the structures here, making it hard for Lux to play the front row, and that could do a lot of work, especially when the front row is broken like that. Lux really wants to stand there to try and get some big damage, but it's just so difficult when Otaku Pirate's counterplaying it like this.
Okay, finding a nice bomb on the back there. I do want to see if Lux has the ability to frame walk through the shot of Sentry Turret, but just gonna see it blown out.
Those players really want this front row, and Otaku Pirate is making it a little difficult for Lux to do the game plan as the laser turret charges up. And yeah, just so good at interrupting Lux, trying to get the big damage combo. Otaku Pirate's playing this defense incredibly well. And does have the sweeper too, but there's big damage. There's the Tetra, almost a KO, but it's so close now. The health bars are incredibly low on both sides.
And one thing Lux has to be careful about is the amount of break happening and all the structures on the side, because what can happen is that Lux will walk. Oh, I don't know if they're streaming or not. I don't know if they're listening to us or not. So I'm just gonna leave it there, and we're gonna start off with an ion cannon though. That's something I don't mind talking about, but ion cannon can be easily walked at the game start. You should not be getting hit by ion cannon at game start. You either just dodge it, shield it, or move out of the way, but you do have time to not get hit by it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and at the game end there, Otaku Pirate really calm, cool, collected, right? Finished it off with just the Hazel weapon. Got that wrench bonk in to finish it, and that's what you want to see, especially when you're against a threatening deck like Lux's. Otaku Pirate being fearless and also very calculated in when they walk up to interrupt the pressure.
It's the line, but not the right timing though. A bit of a technical error here. Lockdown and Cataclysm in the hand for Otaku Pirate.
But Otaku Pirate's playing this so well, Lux can't walk up to do any combo off of the C's.
Yeah, this is a pretty big. Oh, great block there from the block itself. So the way Tector works is that it pushes you up into the next hitbox, right? But if something's in the way of you moving into that hitbox, then you just don't get hit by the next hits.
Wait, did the line nerf actually make it so that a line triple barrel is no longer true?
Line triple barrel is no longer true tile 1. So like, okay, so if you're one tile in front, one tile away from the opponent, and then you get them aligned, they have a 1 frame gap to hit step out of it. I see. That's kind of a big deal, to be honest.
Yeah,
kind of a big deal.
No more front row aligning for free.
Yeah.
But okay. Lux didn't need that align triple barrel at the end there though. Incredibly clean weapon 1 into whirl to finish it off there, and that's the type of offense we need as another flavor of Hazel has hit the building.
Yeah. Okay, so Ice Pick Hazel, definitely my favorite Hazel. Especially because I made a whole ass combo video out of it. But yeah, with the way Ice Pick works is that you actually don't want to put out a lot of frost onto the opponent, because you want to keep them at 2 frost so you can get maximum Ice Pick hits every single time. So the only card that Otaku Pirate has to apply frost is Heat Seekers, which without proper setup only hits like some of the time, which is kind of what you want, because like I said, you only want them at 2 frost to get the maximum Ice Pick. But look at that giant 24 damage combo from Lux here, getting hit by C's too, electing to just get weapon damage. And yeah, with no frost on the opponent, it just becomes a 5 damage spell, which is like decent because it's basically another Hazel wrench hit. But yeah, you can definitely get a lot more.
Yeah, but against this deck, I think Lux is finding it a lot more comfortable to do the game plan, because this is a more, I guess, combo-focused Hazel deck, if you could put it like that, a tiny bit, and doesn't have nearly as much annoying break that Lux has to deal with, so I think that they're getting off a lot more of their offense.
Yeah, just like way more freedom to move around. No Cataclysm to lock a Lux out of the front column. And we haven't seen too much of the ice pick, unfortunately. Yeah, it's only pull really that a Taco Pirate can use to get to lead into a W1, which goes into ice pick, or an apprehend, which is hard to land here without step slash or auto. So looking for a double team. Unfortunately, it whiffs. Same with the apprehend. So ice pick is going to be a bit of a dead card.
Yeah. Let's see what can be done here as Lux is not really getting hit. But finally, the ice pick comes through. A little bit of damage there for Taku Pirate, and more damage from the wrenches, playing this front row very well so far, but getting caught by the W2 and the Ragnarok.
Yeah, just finding that hit through the blocks into the back column there. Once again, using triple barrel and backstab. Finding it again. Yeah. You just have to be really careful when you're. You really have to weave through Chiretta here to get past those W2s.
And just like that, the set
Not just like that.
is over.
Oof, have a good night. Because unfortunately, that is Taco Pirates' run there. Ending up in, I believe, 6th place? I believe it's 6th place?
7th.
7th, 8th?
Seventh.
7th, 8th? Yeah.
8th. Still a great placement too, and we got to see what they were all about here, but Lux got to play their game, and oh wow, I'm looking at a bit of a rematch coming up in our losers quarters, but that's after the other losers quarters.
Okay, Timbre Fiddle and Gret Lux. Okay, we get to see that again. But are you gonna do losers first or winners finals?
Oh, we're gonna do both losers quarters first,
Okay,
and then the winners, and then the rest of the bracket.
and then yeah. Okay, so yeah, we could get Gret Lux right now. Lux saying she's down to rock.
Honestly, I am so down to call Weapon 1 and Weapon 2 primary and secondary. It rolls off the tongue so much better.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it'll catch on, but
We can try to make it catch on. We're commentators.
that's true.
Yeah. We can force columns instead of rows, which is what some other people do.
Oh, I'm guilty. I say rows instead of columns when they're columns.
I try so hard not to say it, but when I'm typing, I absolutely say column.
I say the front row.
Yeah. I honestly, I was so honestly, I get so triggered by that, like the front row or front column. It's just like, no, just say front column. But it's just like I've learned to just ignore whether it's row or column. Yeah, row or column. Just say I just see if they say front or back. If it's front or back, then that's the actual signifier where they are talking about on the map. Instead of row or column.
Column are basically the same word.
Yeah, it's just a matter of perspective, I guess. Even though our perspective makes it look like a column, but that's not there. Okay, getting into Lux, into Gret again. Once again, the two castles of Chiretta gameplay. We'll have to see if there's any adjustments on the gameplay of Lux there. It might just be a matter of the card draw, but it might just be a matter of gameplay. We'll have to see. And is that the correct person we should have there? Are we starting with Timbre Fiddle?
Yep.
Okay, so Timbre Fiddle, yeah, very nice. Yeah, this should be interesting too. Yeah, the interesting thing about Timbre is that Timbre runs bomb also, right? So if they place it in the right spot, it will cover a lot of area on Fiddle side, and either the Purgatory or the Crevice is going to hit it and explode it, right? So Fiddle has to be really, really cognizant of that when he fires those two spells, or else he's just going to get straight counter hit when he tries.
All right. Well, let's see what this matchup has in store for us, because Tenebrae, I guess one way to put it is that Tenebrae is trying to play a pure fighting game, right? These are these are strings that don't need preemptive setup. You just land a starter and then you go in. But Fiddle, on the other hand, the complete opposite. A lot of setup on the defense and the offense.
Ooh, very nice combo there. 23 damage, rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tenebrae style is definitely just like jump over the projectile, heavy hard kick, and then into whatever. Low forward, Hadouken, stuff like that.
Yeah. Fiddle.
Okay, has Vortex commands. Yeah, very nice coverage. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a nice one damage combo there. That's what I was talking about. But what we didn't see during the Hub Skoa set, just like giant combos like this. But I think part of it too is Hub Skoa's just ability to not get hit by Vortex or Line.
Oh, but that's scary now. Tenebrae in a bit of a tough spot, trying to find a combo to end it here. But Fiddle also shuffling, trying to look for an opening, but has to be really mindful of this bomb. Doesn't have an easy way to clear it out, but is trying to get the damage here and will lock down Tenebrae.
11 damage on that card. It's like not something you can ignore. And yeah, when you get to those low HP situations, yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, the Purgatory. If Tenebrae is putting their bombs in the right spot, then it's gonna get hit by either Crevice or Purgatory. And yeah, what happened just earlier is what will keep happening, right? Just like he has to be really careful. Either defuse the bomb before you fire Purgatory, or just let Purgatory defuse the bomb without being in the area.
Yeah, and especially that bomb right now, like you said, is a bit of a headache for Fiddle. It is popped, and Tenebrae goes for a combo here, interrupting Fiddle quite a bit, I believe, on the study there, right?
Yeah, I think so. I believe on the study. Oh no, backstab! Oh no! Oh, those are the fun setups. Those are the fun setups you do with a Violette bomb there.
Yeah, and the really good presence of mind to throw out that second bomb to confirm the kill as well from Tenebrae. Now has to be a bit careful, but the bomb on their own side is cleared away by the Align on the Beam Crystal, and both trying to find an opening, especially with this bomb placed, and Tenebrae's getting a little bit of that damage so far.
Yeah, very nice PSBS string right there. Push slash backstab. Still has Vortex and Whirl in the hand, so that's still big damage too. Unfortunately, whiffs. That would have been big damage. I believe it could have been like a 24 damage combo or something like that. Yeah, there it is. The bomb with the crevice there. Fiddle out of the way so it doesn't get hit. That's what you like to see. Okay. Once again, Vortex not gonna whiff.
Yeah, and with Fiddle in a bit of a health lead now, but it's kind of shrinking. But again, the lockdown is doing a lot of work for Fiddle, like we saw in that first game. It does so much damage, but Fiddle has to be really careful around that bomb. With the bomb gone, though, the Whirl is in for Tenebrae, but interrupted on the attempt to go in.
Yeah, I think the follow-up there after the Whirl was probably the primary into the auto slash into push slash. Chose to try and pull them in, but unfortunately his stepped out of the way. Ooh, that could have been a money Vortex if Tenebrae put in a little more setup.
Oh, that's how it ends. It was looking so bad for Fiddle too near the end, right? The bombs basically checkmated, locked him out of using Purgatory completely, but managed to get the damage regardless and close out the game.
Yeah, I know. It was like one push slash or one Violette primary, and yeah, Fiddle finds the answer anyways. Ooh, escalation there, 2 hits after, not bad. But yeah, then the nice thing about Crevice Purgatory when you're fighting this much bomb is that you can defuse it pretty easily. Doesn't matter where it is. Usually, most decks will have problem taking care of a bomb in your back column.
Oh, Tenebrae was going for a lot of damage there with the backstab, but a push slash will just push the bomb all the way to Fiddle's side, and Tenebrae taking the lead here. And you don't want to be against Tenebrae when they have a lead, fishing for a primary or a secondary here to try and start a combo, but not quite yet, as Fiddle is just shooting away. That bomb could mean everything here if Tenebrae can get an opening, and will get 12 damage with it.
Okay, moves Fiddle's own bomb, locking him down. Yes! Beautiful gameplay there. Very good, nice job, Tenebrae. Finding the checkmate in such a short amount of time.
Right.
And we are up into game 5 here. Backstab whipping. Push slash is good, but not much else. And yeah, shuffles away the bomb, actually. Had the mana to fire it off.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like sometimes when Fiddle shuffles, I get a little confused, right? But then I realize like this deck really needs that full hand to combo a lot of these cards together to put on the pressure, and it's really coming together for Fiddle here as there's a short lead clearing out the bomb. That's a lot of damage with the escalation.
Yes, and moving out of the way of a line 2, big HP lead here. But this is only 2 Tenebrae combos for the most part. Auto slash, but Whirl's gonna whiff. Oh, great interruption on the crevice. 2 bombs on the field though.
Yeah, Tenebrae could do a lot of damage, but they're just cleared away. Fiddle with the
Line's gonna whiff again too. Honestly, you might just shuffle this. Okay, still trying to fire it. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And yeah, Fiddle looking for a... Yeah, Fiddle getting 4 clean hits from his charge beam.
8 health left on Tenebrae, but a good bomb hit. But Tenebrae is fishing right now, looking for something right now. Getting a lot of damage with the bombs, though. That's 24 and a lot of healing back. The combo, 9 health, 5-2. It's down to the wire.
Oh, and it's just charge beam level 1. He only needs 1 damage there. Holy. Tenebrae was off there. Giant combos there with the bombs and everything else. Getting a nice world drag too, and then the W1 primary, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, down to the absolute last health point. But it was Fiddle that had the better weapon in that spot. Absolutely, just a giant laser beam that you really can't react to. Just have to weave your way around it and out mind game them. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Fiddle finding the 1 hit you needed in that spot there.
Yeah.
And yeah, going to move forward in the losers bracket, and we'll fight the winner of Gret and Lux, which is our next match here.
And at one point, it was a 51-2 health advantage for Fiddle. Tenebrae almost brought it all the way back. That's definitely going in the highlight reel for sure. So
yeah,
well played.
That was such a giant potential comeback. Oh my gosh. Yeah, near Half-Life.
Well, we're heading into the other losers quarters, a rematch between Gret and Lux. Gret took it pretty convincingly, right? Outpacing Lux in their last matchup, but maybe a bit of warm-up is what Lux needed, blazing through the losers bracket.
For sure. Got the Arcana skin versus... I don't know what that skin is, actually. Not too sure.
Is it Order?
Order? It might be, actually. That would make sense.
Well, yeah, this matchup is so fun to watch because it's just the 2 different Chirettas, and whoa! Gret starting off with a bang.
Yeah, if Lux didn't pull out that clutch dodge there, that would have been an extra, I don't know, 10 damage. Giant 20 damage string there. You know, keeping it even for the most part. Ooh, great blink. Into the backstab.
But Lux somehow keeping up in damage, right? Not too far behind at this big damage deck. That's what it does, but... Oh, going for a bit of a Thunder opening into Tetra to bring back a lot of health, and despite it feeling like Gret was in control of the offense, the health is pretty even.
And yeah, still committed to this world, but losing about like 20 or 25 damage. Trying to find it. New hand here, new deck. But needs to find a W2. Finds a Tetra instead. And yeah, with the way Lux's hand is printed out right now. Okay, finds a hit. Very nice. I was gonna say, could have thought about shuffling because C's was so far away, but finding a giant 34 damage combo there. What the hell do I know?
Yeah, Lux has more levels on Sharetta than some alpha players, I believe. Has been at the grind and knows all of these conversions, and we're seeing it here, but both players just need one big opening to win, and the scissors almost do it. 1 health remaining, but doesn't matter.
Oh. Lux finds the clutch a line into the 1C sit, taking the first game here. And for such an explosive first game, did last a little bit of a while, I will say. Both of these players just like having to weave around both of the hues and shooters to find their ideal hit.
Now there's a downfall, but no opening on the C's for Lux so far. Looking for a whirl or a W2 into triple barrel. The secondary into triple barrel as... Oh, almost a big conversion from Gret, but not quite.
Okay, C's is gonna whiff here. Still has a bit of W2 juice in the tank. Oh, finding another Entangle though.
Yeah, this Entangle is a huge part, but Lux just reads it, does the raw rag on the front, knowing that Gret's gonna be there, and suddenly the lead has disappeared.
Only down 7 HP. Not too important because of how Lux's deck works here. Trying to find the right Q. The W1. Triple barrel in the back, not gonna get punished. But it's just a Tetra into Rag that we have left in the mix here. Gonna whiff, and unfortunately moves right up into the triple barrel, so Gret's gonna take the next game here.
The raw triple barrel, and now Gret with a big opening at the start, backstab, 24 damage. But Ragnarok on the other side sends it right back along with the Tetra, but yeah, it is just all offense for both players as their health is even.
Yeah, and that was just the first shovel too. Finding a line triple barrel, very nice. Yeah, when you're doing this much damage on the first shovel, it's just like the game's pace really gets out of control. And you really don't see them slowing down either, which is the crazy part.
Yeah, and getting hit by the line there, 6 health remaining, a bit of a tough spot. Blinks forward, actually baits out the backstab, but the C's is going to come in any second now, just shuffled away, waiting for a bigger opportunity. Another line comes through, the pull, and there's a lot of damage there, but the triple barrel will be enough there to take the third game in the favor of Lux.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Gret wasn't able to hit stab out of the very first hit, and didn't shield, so wasn't able to stay alive there. Finding a shear into a whirl to start off, very nice. But it's going to be a line rag on Lux's side. Still has some, still gripping some cards. Okay, very nice, but didn't have the very last mana for the whirl, which is unfortunate. But finds 2 hits off of triple barrel, yeah.
I think the biggest difference between their past meeting is that Lux is taking their time a little more to really set up these big opportunities instead of trying to match the pace of Gret, and it's paying off. Catching Gret with the C's with a lot of the setups.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's playing the W1, W2 game way more efficiently, being able to weave around Gret's hues and shooters. So it's a lot harder for Gret to find the right hit into his whirls and thunders.
Oh, no mana there. Not enough to go into Ragnarok, and not at the last tile. Couldn't go into triple barrel. A big opportunity missed from Lux, and now the push back. 4 damage, 3 left in the tank, and the scissors are sure to come out soon, but they don't connect.
Okay, this is Luck's chance here to find the Ragnarok, but unfortunately it whiffs. Yeah, and Gret, usually does a step back for his step slash, so that would whiff, but unfortunately doesn't counter the thunder at the end, and getting up into the next game here. Gret only needs one more to move on here. Oh no, tries to hit them with a blank crazy downfall into Ragnarok there.
Yeah, and now Lux is content to play in the back row, avoiding damage for now and getting a bit of an opening here. The health lead slowly stacking. The Tetra attempted, but not quite, and now it doesn't have to be too afraid. Nothing forced to shuffle is Gret, and this Ragnarok is looking very scary. The Align, the Ragnarok with a weight as well. Lux with a stylish finish as she takes the run back.
Very nice. That's what you like to see when you see the run back. Now they're even in sets, and we're gonna need a whole nother tournament just to see who's gonna take out the next, who's gonna win the next one and be up in sets. But that's the story for the future. And right now, it's Lux who has to fight against Fiddle. I believe they haven't fought yet. Yeah, on opposite sides of the bracket. So should be interesting to see how that matchup will play out. But first, we have to do Hupskoa versus Sargely in the winners finals here. Sargely starting off with the Slicey, Saffron with or Hupskoa with his patented spear deck. And this should be an interesting matchup because with the way Sargely's deck works, he doesn't always have to commit to a Fair Frozen to get his best combos. So we'll have to see how often already Hupsko's playing the matchup really well here. But Sargely finding a giant 24 damage combo regardless.
Yeah, and it's really up to whether Sargely can not get caught up in the pace of Hupskoa, right? Gets shield broken here, but Hupskoa has nothing in the tank, so not going to get too much off the punish.
Yeah. Yeah, at best he could have gotten like 2 or 3 hits of Wave Sparkle, and that's what he pretty much got, so. Without cards, yeah, your shield breaks are usually a little lackluster, but you know, damage is damage, and you still regain a bit of mana for shield breaking. But yeah, this matchup can be hell for Celisy just because of how powerful Sparkler is as it is covering Saffron's front. You really have to fight at an off angle with Celisy to be able to find the hits. And I believe that Sargely isn't running Step Slash in the deck, so that's a one off angle card that is sorely missing here.
And Hupskoa has been really good at connecting these spear waves, forcing Sargely down to 1 HP. Any sort of poke can KO here. Any primary, 1 health remaining again. Going for the spears this time, and the third spear will do it. Hupskoa taking the first game.
Yeah, and so you might see a switch off here if we're going back into the... Yeah, we're going back into Shopkeeper here. Yeah, that Slicey Saffron matchup just really tough if you don't find the off angles, just because of how powerful Sparkler is as both a tool that can alleviate pressure and create pressure for yourself. So going into Shopkeeper in here instead, we'll have to see how good the fadeaways are.
Yeah, and as those in the chat have pointed out, this is the tech. Going right into Shopkeeper, no hesitation. And we saw it in great effect in Sargely's previous set against Gret. And with how they're playing, it's looking to be effective here too. But, oh, Hupskoa gets caught by the Tsunami. A great play by Sargely with the bomb.
Yeah, that's it. That's like the ideal setup that he has right here, using Tsunami to push the bomb into them. And then also having Seize to set that whole thing up also.
Another Seize is down. Another Tsunami, but it's dodged away this time.
Yep. So not too much happening after that second shuffle, but we'll have to see. Oh, full. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we like
Getting
to
out of the
see.
way. Wait.
Yeah, Sargly is not getting hit by these spear waves, right? Got shield broken in the first game, but like that was a good shield break, all things considered, in terms of total damage taken. So, and when you're not getting hit by Hubscoa's spear waves as often, then that's when it's a problem for Hubscoa's damage output, as Sargly has a massive lead.
Okay, only melee spends. Oh, perfect. Tax return there, bro. But yeah. Seize is gonna get hit. But moves out of the way, guy.
Yeah, really good step by Hubscoa, right? Step forward and then immediately step back to avoid any kind of punish there. Has a spear wave available, but actually catches Sargly around the beam crystal.
Yeah. So the spear waves start up one tile ahead of you, so they're not gonna. If you're right on top or bottom of the beam crystal, you're not going to hit it. The waves will go through that one.
But despite that little bit of tech from Hubscoa, it is Sargly who takes the second game. That lead was a little too big to lose from, and let's see if Sargly can continue that kind of calm, collected gameplay, not getting hit by the spear waves. Never mind.
Unfortunately, gets hit. Yeah, I gets hit by one, but gets a nice melee string here with the tax return. Okay, bomb setting. Oh, great defusal there. Great windfall tip number 2, I believe.
The windfall tips always brighten up my day whenever I see them.
Yeah. Hubscoa making use of number 3 there, and getting hit by the bomb there. Yeah, that's the problem with trying to dodge to defuse the bomb there. Sometimes if you don't hit the dodge the right way, then you get hit.
And look at the hand. Sees Tsunami.
Yeah. Just fishing for that exact combo. Okay, getting rid of the Veno Shock. Very nice.
And sees interrupted this time by Hubscoa. Sargly cutting the losses, immediately shuffling and trying to set up something, but Hubscoa has firm control of the pace of this particular game, and it's going to be difficult for Sargly here, especially when that bomb just gets immediately blown up. The Tsunami setup is denied by Hubscoa.
For sure, and gets dodging through the Align as the Tsunami once again. Oh, pushing them into the oh no, they push Hubscoa into the mine, but not dodging the mark at the right time, and then also comboing that into from Hubscoa's side with the air rifle.
Yeah, the Hubscoa game plan is really coming into full effect, right? As long as the rush is there, the bomb is defused. It is so hard for the offense, but Sargly this time gets an opening, gets a lead, and that's what the deck needs here. The beam crystals being set up, the fadeaway connects, and with these 2 beam crystals, Hubscoa is struggling to get out of the corner.
Oh my gosh, what a different pacing from the games we had before. Is that push dodge would be massive right now, but unfortunately it doesn't hit.
Hubscoa looking for a rush through, defuses the mine immediately. Does have to see Tsunami, but it's going to be interesting to see what Sargly goes for. Goes for the fadeaway instead and catches Hubscoa off guard.
Dodges the mark, but doesn't dodge the spear waves right after. But it's going to be mine dragging in. And I believe it's going to be 2-2 right now. Yet another game 5 here.
Well played by Sargly to bring it back, and let's see if Hubscoa can adapt right back. But right now, it is Sargly who is getting the lead here, getting the big cards, and does have a mana catch as well to play with. Getting the damage with the C's, a big lead is forming.
Yup. Has another mana catch on deck. Yup. Quickly refilling. I don't think we'll get too much of the C's. Yeah, no hits on the C's, but that bomb right in the back there, very scary. Very scary. Ooh. That's some angle play right there, using Toxic Cross to destroy the beam crystal, which will destroy the bomb for Hubscoa there. Finding the minigun, his stepped out. Where's the bomb gonna be? Spear wave's gonna hit. And yeah, just a quick use of that Toxic Cross. Yeah, Hubscoa not really getting hit right now. And yeah, the shuffle times are getting a bit more longer.
Oh, but
So all these, yeah.
Sargli's falling back on that Shopkeeper classic, just going for the big damage now, trying to close out this game because Hubskoa is not getting hit by the tsunamis anymore, is just rushing through a lot of stuff. This backline bomb is scary, but Sargli gets interrupted on the beam crystal trying to set up something with the bomb. The Seas could come into play here, but needs to be really careful because Hubskoa is maneuvering around so well. The Spear Wave breaks the shield. Will that be enough damage? But no, it won't be.
It won't be. Oh, dodges through.
Down to the wire here.
Crystal. Has a lot of area.
Oh no! Hubskoa steps right into it.
Oh! Oh, that is some Rube Goldberg gameplay there that destroys Hubskoa at the end. Oh my gosh. This player's over. Hubskoa will be back. Oh gosh.
Well, Hubskoa could definitely get a rematch against Sargli, but for now, Sargli sitting very comfortably winner's side of Grand Finals, and we'll be heading to loser semis now. Lux versus Fiddle.
Yep, Luxus versus Fiddle. Yep. Hubskoa will have one set to get a break, and then get to see a bit of how the other players are playing. Lux and Fiddle. See how they're playing right now. Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be really interesting, right? Because as Song just mentioned, Crevasse and Seas kind of interact in a very interesting way that's going to make it difficult for Lux to do the usual game plan.
That is true. Yeah, that's a good point actually. So if Fiddle countercalls the Seas with Crevice, then that's gonna eliminate almost all of the Seas swords. So there's only gonna be like 2 left in the middle, right? So with that said, we'll have to see if that will be happen often enough for it to matter. Because the thing is, if Fiddle is gonna wait for Lux to cast the Seas, he still has to have 4 mana up all the time, right? So that is something we're considering. If Fiddle can still stay mana efficient while still having 4 mana at all times with the Crevice in hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe a little bit with the study as well, given that it's being used here, but just shuffled away, going for another hand as so far a bit of a calm game as both players are playing pretty defensively.
Yup. So with a line rag in hand. Oh no, it doesn't move out of the way of the Tetra though. Did not see that coming up in the hand.
Fiddle though seems very experienced in this player matchup, just sitting at the back row when none of the scary cards are in hand, but gets caught by the downfall.
Yeah. Moves forward at the perfectly wrong time for them. W2 gonna push up the bomb.
Awkward spot for Fiddle here, but the aligned Ragnarok from Lux will close it out.
Yep, 1-0 for Lux. Now Lux didn't feel like they had to work too hard for that one. I will say, just like running the game plan, she knows. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh, but getting hit by Purgatory, that's a bad catch there, or a good catch rather if you're Fiddle.
Big
but only hit prevent. Oh, hits the lockdown too. Yeah. Fiddle doing a great reversal here after that game 1.
Yeah. Oh, but Fiddle though getting caught and by the bomb as well. That's big damage, and suddenly the game's looking a lot closer. But the Purgatory catches Lux, and now Lux is the one who's in trouble. 3 hits from the laser will close out the game.
Yeah, escalation is so crazy. If you catch someone with escalation, they're just in hit stun for like a million seconds, and you can really do whatever you want. But yeah, that bomb combo was actually so crazy because that was pretty much a 2-player combo, to be honest. That's what you would see in like a Guilty Gear CMV or something.
Yeah, I'm looking a bit fictional there, but Lux now is looking for a setup here, catching Fiddle but not pressing the Ragnarok button, and that means Fiddle has a lot more time to work with, because in this matchup for Fiddle, That health is basically game time. Not getting hit by these setups, but wait a second. That's the combo we know about. That's the primary.
Yep.
That's the hue, as you were saying, onto a structure, the sweet spot.
Yeah. The funny thing about Q is that if you hit it on the sweet spot, it'll push the target up. But if there's no way to push them up, then it will like perfectly loop with itself.
And with that, Lux is firmly in the lead now. Needs half an opening, it feels like, to get the kill. But wait a second, there's Fiddle with the damage and the Beam Crystal too. Lux is dead.
Oh, 2 shots, yeah. Yeah, it's tough to get hit by charge shot because yeah, you can either, I think shielding is possible, shielding it right after. I'm not sure about hit step though.
Not quite the Shiso of old, but this Gunner gameplay is kind of reminding me a little bit of it. But Lux, though, with the pull into all of that.
Align backstab world 2, top it all off. Let's see if we'll get the Tetra. Yes. Answer's yes. And yeah, this is a giant health lead for Lux here. And also getting, oh, okay. Unfortunately, doesn't step on the perfect top for Ragnarok, but yeah, like I said, just a giant health lead.
Yep, and with the bomb being pushed forward, Fiddle's going to have to watch out. The Meteors buy a little bit of time, but that's a bomb prepped very well. 2 health on the bomb. Doesn't even need the bomb. That's Lux sending us to a game 5.
Very nice, very nice. And another game 5 we have today here. But all these players just playing at such a close level. It's really exciting.
Lux just using the crevice so interestingly, just pulling it up to block the lasers from Fiddle.
That is, yeah. That is actually a very high level tactics here. Only in Duelists of Eden. Okay, 3 hits from the Tetra. Full hits. We'll have to see if nope. Can't hit the triple barrel.
Yeah, getting caught using triple barrel a lot in the center rows. Fiddle ready for it, but not ready for this Ragnarok string from Lux. And
that was custom.
Yep. Now with a downfall, almost gets the whirl, but not quite. Doesn't combo, and the Beam Crystal will bring it back almost all the way to even. There's the C's.
Oh. Yeah, and in C's, like if you wait a while, it will kill all the crevice at the top.
1 health.
1 Tetra. Oh no!
That's Lux catching Fiddle at the corner. Lux moving on to losers finals.
Yeah, just did not have to stand there. Yeah, that's one of the things that always happens in Duelists of Eden. You just, the cards are going by so fast, you miss one of them, and then you're just standing at the perfect spot to get hit.
Wait.
And yeah, what's up?
Wait, Lux left the lobby. She's next
What's
up.
She's next up.
Yeah. Wait, why'd she leave?
You know, just with the general pacing of tournaments, you usually just expect to leave the spectator lobby right after. Totally understandable. But yeah, it's winner stays on from here on out. So yeah, Lux gonna fight up against Hubskoa next set, and then we'll have to see whoever wins that against Sargely in the grand finals. So we're winding down, folks. Absolutely.
Yeah, Hubsko and Lux haven't met in this bracket, so it'll be interesting to see what happens here. I'm not sure how this will go, right? Because similarly to when Lux fought Gret, this is a battle of constant damage versus big burst.
Absolutely. Oh, we're getting 3rd deck here. Yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't realize Lux's name on their deck first off.
3rd deck.
It doesn't need to leave though.
It's funny because in last week in the first Sunday Shuffle, Lux's deck name was 2nd deck.
So eventually we're gonna get the X deck. Very excited.
This time Lux has brought 3 decks actually. She has 3rd deck, Stolen from Shid, and I Don't Even Know.
Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Okay, we do need Fiddle to leave this spot here, or we might have to go to a new lobby.
Fiddle.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, we'll probably have to.
Yeah, well, let's get out of
New
here.
lobby. Yeah. Yeah.
New
Alright.
code.
Let me know the code when it's ready.
Well, we should have a losers final in just a second, and yeah, it's always fun watching these types of matchups because when one person's fishing for big damage and the other one's just trying to get constant damage, like there's never a boring time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because there's always the push and pull of if they're gonna hit their giant combo, and if the amount of chip damage was enough to keep you in the game.
Right. Well. Yeah, we'll have to see. It's gonna be interesting matchup. I gotta check out the other Hubscoa decks actually. Hubscoa brought which decks? Hubscoa brought 2 decks, Saffron and Shopkeeper.
Okay, I don't think we seen the Shopkeeper yet, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if that happens. But for the first game at least, it does have to be their starter deck here. So we're gonna have to see the Spear versus the SGD.
We're gonna have to see. And for people who may be wondering what that stands for, Seize Tetra Downfall.
Yeah, that's what it means. Seize Tetra Downfall and doesn't mean anything else.
Yep.
And if any of the alpha players are joking about that, just call them juvenile.
Right. This is final. Both these players in top 8, top 3 more specifically at this point, and Hubsco is already off to the races with the movement, not trying to get caught by anything big here and interrupting, but gets interrupted themselves. The shield break comes in. So much damage from Lux, 51.
That's a 50% combo. That is crazy. Oh my gosh. The level of gameplay we're seeing here. That's a crazy string to hit in tournament.
And despite that, oh, wait a second, the rush comes out.
Yeah.
Despite that, Hubsco is the one in the lead.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, but I believe the line was really close when it hit Hubsco. That's what gave him the gap to fire off rush and get through that Ragnarok there. Yeah, Son's confirming it in the chat. A line rag is also not true. 1 tile away.
That really coming into play here, as Lux is going to have to keep up with Hubscoa's pace. Or maybe just play a little bit slower, a little bit more defensively. But wait a second, there's some big damage with the backstab too. 34 and a lead, as Lux is trying to keep it this time.
Gets it by the mark. Gets to the Q is Hubscoa. Minigun gets head step, but how's Lux gonna find his rag or his whirl? Or sorry, or whirl. Ooh, countering the W2 with Venoshock. Such a fast guard.
And the line countered actually, but the triple barrel into Ragnarok, 38, 44, and even more at the end from Lux. Just needs to close it out now. And a backstab almost does it, but a good dodge from Hubscoa keeps them alive. But the downfall into Hugh is enough for Lux to even it up.
Yeah, great hit confirm. Had to move into like perfect location just so Lux could find the W1 right after.
And Lux is already off to the races. 42 damage in an instant, and even more, 30 right there, and 28 health remaining on Hubscoa as they need to pick up the pace, but Lux just needs one more opening to get the KO.
Yeah, truly. Yup, and that's the whirl, making it a lot easier. Yeah, that Tetra could have been it, especially with a Q in the middle.
Countered away from the C's. No C's to deal with for Hubscoa. making it easier to stay alive, and the rush as well, slowly shrinking the gap in health as Lux is taking a lot of damage as we speak. 12 health still left on Hubskoa. The Tetra attempted the backstab, dodged away from. Hubskoa still staying alive, but the triple barrel will close it out. Lux staying calm.
Yeah, so the cool thing about Spear Wave when you're in these kind of situations is that if you do hit it, it regenerates 3 of your HP while you're below 13 HP, right? That's the critical HP mechanic in the game. So because it's so easy to hit that Spear Wave, when you're down in HP like that, you can always rely on getting 3 HP from Spear Wave, which gives you a lot of leeway to do other stuff.
But Lux hit so much damage earlier, right? The triple barrel into Ragnarok, into some more weapons. And this time, though, Hubskoa not getting caught by it. But good hit steps from Lux as well. Both players staying very, very solid defensively. But Hubskoa is going to have to be very careful around these hues in the second column. I remember to say column, not row.
Very nice, very nice. That's the real respect there. That's the real respect. Okay, just step slash and tox cross. He down to 10 HP. Oh, great dodge out of the way from the pole. Yeah, this is a tricky hand for Lux here. Just Whirl and Tetra really hard to hit these spells.
Lux is fishing so hard. And 1 health, 3 health to 1. One opening could do it. The Spear Wave is enough. We're heading to another game 5.
Another game 5 and a Spear Wave. Yeah, it's such a clutch card right at the end there. It deals like 99.9% of the health you need when you're critical. 12 damage right there. Oh my gosh, another 28 string.
Lux is so good at picking it up from the back there, but Hubskoa gets a chain of sparklers and rushes right through the Ragnarok.
Beautiful wave sparkle. Advanced technique there. The beautiful part about Saffron's W1 is that if you walk forward, it gives you enough time to fire yet another one. So you can chain those together just as Hubskoa did there, and then get a kinetic wave, whatever you want after.
Oh, but there's the secondary into Ragnarok from Lux as Hubskoa is trying to get some damage here. The rush forward gets caught to the back row. That's a lot of damage down. 17. One opening for Lux could do it, but Hubskoa is getting some damage back as well. The Spear Wave in the back pocket could be big. The Tetra, 1 health again.
Can't move forward. You can't move forward right now. Well, we gained.
Yeah, it's so tough.
Yeah. The C's pushed Hubskoa out of the one safe spot, and yeah, Lux fully capitalized.
Well played from Lux. C's at the perfect time, forcing Hubskoa out of there.
A little bit of band late right after. Hubskoa needs the ELO right after. And yeah, that's the real metric of skill, that ELO. And we're gonna move forward into our grand finals now, right? Grand finals, huh?
Yep, Lux versus Sargly.
Yeah, and let's take a moment to appreciate Lux's tournament run here, because I believe they lost their first round 1. Yeah, so winners round 2 lost against Gret in that 3-2, and then had to go through Athenian Striker, JKS, Birdium, Otaku Pirate, beating Gret in the run back, beating Fiddle, beating Hubskoa right up onto grand finals. Beautiful run so far. Definitely played the most sets today, like for no reason. It's actually crazy to lose round 1, or lose your first match and then claw it all the way back into grand finals here. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, really well played, and that means we get a matchup that we haven't seen this tournament. Sargly versus Lux. Sargly's been sitting in the winners bracket. Lux, like you said, clawing her way from losers. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, this should be really interesting because against Gret, Sargly had to switch to Shopkeeper to finish them off. But against Lux, I'm wondering to see if Sargly will need to, or if they'll feel more confident about the Slicey or Shopkeeper. I feel like Lux wouldn't lose to that shopkeeper guy. I'm not sure. They're just she's just so solid in the gameplay that I don't know if Tsunami's gonna be a big deal for her, but we'll have to see how Sargi plays it out, especially if Lux is playing like this. Game 1 might have to switch.
But we're seeing a lot of signs of life from Sargly too, right? Dodged the align from the front column as well, so we're seeing the reflexes being tested and Sargly's passing the check, but right now getting caught by another secondary sent to the back row, taking a lot of damage from the triple barrel as Lux has a lot of mana to play with. The align Ragnarok is enough to close it out. What a fast first game.
I know, and yeah, that was 2 tiles away, I believe, or maybe 1 tile, so there could have been potential for dodging out of the way or hit stepping, you know? So, well, hit step wouldn't work there, but yeah, shielding or something.
Yeah, but let it be known.
We are going to see the shopkeeper.
Let it be known that Sargly has never lost a set after switching to shopkeeper.
That is a good point. That is a great statistic.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But in this tournament, Sargly has not lost after switching to shopkeeper. He has also not lost a set, but that's less important.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Lux can handle the tsunami pressure.
I think
shielding the W2, so Sargi can get out of the triple barrel. Very nice, but doesn't get out of the Tetra.
I think a lot of the benefit of this deck, though, is that it does let Sargly play a lot more freely in terms of movement, but doesn't matter if you're getting comboed like that by Lux, who's going to set up the C's, prevent Sargly from doing anything for a while. But a C's of Sargly zone, the tsunami comes in and almost gets 2 hits.
Okay, C's for Lux. Doesn't find too much, unfortunately. Not the right set of cards here. There. And yeah, how are you saying? What you were saying about shopkeepers more freedom? Yeah. Okay, that was big, but yeah, Sargi doesn't need to always be at the front to be threaten ranges. So that's a big part of the advantages here for choosing shopkeeper. But Lux going up 2-0, only getting down to crit HP right at the 13 mark.
Lux is so precise with those primaries. The hue, so precise. Another shield break, but Lux missteps and loses so much damage on the shield break punish. That's so good for Sargly.
15 damage left off the table, but you know, okay, down in HP though. Yeah, this is pretty big. A big momentum swing here.
And if Sargly can maintain these beam crystals a little bit more, I think that will be how they win it. Oh, but a really good punish by Lux, actually getting so much damage. 51 off the shield break.
51 damage, the exact same damage. That's so crazy. 51's a number here, but we'll have to see if, you know, that's still even HP, you know what I mean? Oh, getting a nice great backstab into Whirl.
But that bomb explosion will catch Lux. That's what Sargly needs. Trying to find an opening here with the C's. Pulling forward, trying to push forward with the tsunami, but it's dodged away from. And both players are on such low HP. The fadeaway, the mine attempted, but caught by the downfall. 2 health and a dream for Sargly, but it's so hard. The bomb explosion dodged away. Lux playing the defense so well in these last moments, but the beam crystal will make it a lot more even.
Can't move forward here. It's too scary to move forward into Lux. Has tsunami into. Oh no!
Oh,
Lux
no.
right up.
And that's the reset.
So this is not the end of the tournament. Lux just reset the bracket here. Lux coming in from losers, meaning she has to send Sargi into the losers, and she just did just that. And so they're gonna restart again on their starter decks because it is a new set. It is considered a new set. And back to 0-0 now. And so Lux does have to win 3 more games to win, or it could be Sargi, who wins 3 and takes the tournament.
Yeah, this is tough though. Sargly picking this Celsi deck for the starter. Coming back to bite him a little bit, it feels like. But still could be winnable, but it's so tough. The shield break comes in, but Lux doesn't have anything to punish the shield break and actually ends up not getting too much off of it. Now it's Sargly's time to shine, but nothing in hand really. Only a little bit of frost.
Oh, finds a nice hit here. World Drag. Oh, it doesn't get the fair frozen.
Comes down. Good combo by Sargly though. Evens it up, but is taking so much damage. Does dodge away from the Align. Doesn't take too much, but 12 health is not a lot against Lux.
Oh, especially when you get hit by the loop right after too. Gets a push slash. Oh, that was definitely kinetic wave. Can find a shotgun there. Oh my god, apprehend too? I didn't see that at all. That's crazy.
Maybe this deck is the answer. Sargly staying on it.
Yeah, sitting on the slicey here. Ah, getting hit by downfall.
Has to be really, really careful because Lux is lurking with that pull into secondary, into Ragnarok, the shield break, and has cards to punish it this time. 51 damage for the third time.
51 damage combo. That's actually crazy. Those were all different combos that she's done 51 hits, or 51 damage, and they're all different.
Oh, and that Ragnarok's gonna need 5 health. Not a lot to work with here. Anything can do it. 6, but still the backstab could do it. But Sargly slowly regenning. Maybe the dream is still alive, especially with that frost proc. Oh. Well,
it's gonna be W2 Align, W2 Ragnarok. Finish it off there, tying it up here, 1-1, in the grand final set here. Grand finals reset.
Sargly staying on it though. Has faith in this deck. No swap.
Yeah. Didn't switch to the shopkeeper. Yeah, that's correct. That one win was a big momentum for Sargly here.
Really believing in it, but still, even despite that one win, this matchup feels pretty difficult.
It is absolutely difficult. Having to weave through a line, having to weave through W1, W2. Having to work in the same melee ranges as Lux here. And she just has so much damage output if you get caught by W2. And despite this, keeping even in the HP count here.
But as you say that, Lux gets one opening, and Sargly's health is halved. The Ragnarok dodged away from. Needed to stay alive, but there's an opening again from Lux. This Frost is gonna have to do a lot of work here. It does. That's a lot of damage with the kinetic wave too.
Yeah. Oh no. Shine kinetic wave apprehend, but no. Sorry. The first 2 parts of the C's Tetra didn't even need the downfall.
Lux now 1 game away, and Sargly sticking with this LSC deck. It was so close in the last game. He did get a win off it, and he does have a lead now. Will Sargly's faith be rewarded here? So dangerous for Sargly, trying to find an opening, but has to watch out for that secondary from Lux. The Suture combos into so much damage, and with Lux on a shuffle, Sargly finds an opening and does have a small lead here. The slashes come through, but this is really dangerous territory. Does not get hit by this triple barrel and does keep the health up.
Very nice. Yeah, just like 10 straight seconds of not getting hit by W2. Very impressive by Sargly here. And that is the reason why there's such a big deficit here.
Sargly now needs 1 health of damage, and that will do it.
Oh my
Game 5 bracket reset of grand finals.
Yeah, this is it. This is the last one. There's no more games after this. Celsi versus Chi.
Oh, but this is not good at all. But presses the wrong button. Lux goes for Tetra instead of backstab.
That's big. That's big. That's a lot of damage. Not being hit. Oh, but that's Rag. Into backstab. Into whirl there. Sargy's gonna have to make a really big comeback. In the right ranges for kinetic wave. Hits it.
Oh, that's a huge opening for Sargly.
Big damage there.
And has the frost proc, but doesn't connect the frost slash, and now it's Lux's opening. 25 health remaining. 50 health on the other side. Lux can set up with this seize, But, oh, the triple barrel. 2 hits, 10 health. A line coming in soon. Dodged away from. Not going to get hit.
Very nice.
Oh!
31! 31 off the finisher there.
It's coming down to the wire as Sargly has maintained the lead now. And, oh! That will do it! Sargly puts all of his faith.
Oh my god. Perfect movement to get out of the way of the W2 and then finds the double team. That card is so hard to hit, but he did it right there at the very end. Sargly is your winner of Shuffle Sunday number 2. Congratulations. Yeah. Oh, what a I'm so glad that Sargly found the confidence in his Slicey to cap it off there. So very happy he was able to cap it off with Slicey. I do believe that I'm not sure if that's his main, but yeah. Always better to get it off take the win with your favorite character than one that's just for the counter pick. But yeah, just such a great grand finals there at the very end. Oh my gosh, very intense gameplay there, and I'm happy both players was able to show such a great show here today.
Yeah, just such an incredible set at the very end. And I think it really speaks to how patient Sargly was, right? Just not getting caught by the W2 at all near the end, especially when it mattered the most, and punishing at the very end, just stepping into place.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The fact that Lux had to throw out so many W2s and whiffing all those times was like a really big deal, because when you're fishing that hard, you really start to lose out in mana efficiency. You know what I mean? So even though Lux is in the front column, slurping up some extra mana regen, yeah, eventually it's Sargly that's the ones like actually landing the hits with their mana and yeah, taking and yeah, getting like giant combos. The combos were insane. Like I said, like I've been saying all this broadcast, like the ability to bring them back into melee range without needing to use Frost Frozen really unlocks a lot of potential in your damage with Slicey. And yeah, it's just so impressive that Sargly is able to do all of those apprehend pulling tactics, because the card is very special. You need to do a few bit of different movement tactics in order to get the proper movement all the way to the front column.
Yeah, but speaking of Sargly, we're gonna have a bit of a short interview with Sargly. What a win! What a series too! You put all your faith into Slicey after that first game win, and what were your thoughts going into that?
I've been running to Lux a lot in ladder, and I had no faith in that. That was such a gamble, sticking with the Slicey deck, honestly.
Yeah, but it worked out for you, and in general, like you said in chat, right? Lux being so scary in terms of matchup,
Yeah,
and also being such a great player. But I guess, do you have any like thoughts on the decks that you brought after this tournament?
honestly, I've been labbing the Slicey one for a really long time. I think Apprehend was like, I've never seen anyone use it in ladder, but when I found it, I thought it was really cool. So I'm glad you were picking up on stream.
Yeah, that
The
was
shopkeeper one, I labbed up like 2 days before the tournament, so I wasn't sure how it would do. Yeah, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah, and I won't keep you here too long though. But anything you want to say?
Play on Mega Strikers.
All right. Well, that was Sargly, and unfortunately, it does not appear that Sans will get his Thug Finals.
Oh no!
It doesn't look like it.
You know what? Better that way.
Yeah.
Better that way. He's just gonna STD all over us, and it's not gonna be fun.
Well, thank you, Greasy Goose, for being here on this tournament with me. It was a good tournament.
Absolutely. What a crazy tournament. I'm really glad I foregoing eating after the whole day just to commentate these whole sets. Absolutely worth it. Very fun matches we had today.
Yep. But with that, I think that'll be the end of the stream, so Mr. Goose can go eat. Next week might be Monday Shuffle, because I'm pretty sure we have NASA playoffs for Mega Strikers on Sunday, and I did not account for that in scheduling, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you for watching.
See ya.
Yeah.